that went away. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, good point
Yay.
there. Keep talking just for a moment. I have one
Okay.
blooper to fix.
Oh, okay. Anyway, as we looked at it and talked about, yes, these are guidelines for us, and then we have to try and glean what we can from that, and then try and apply the fact that maybe what is given to us in an accompaniment, which may involve like the piano accompaniment to a whole orchestral thing, in this case, that there's a lot left out, and we can't sing some of the partial things that are there. It just gives us guidelines. And because I found it when I went through and I thought, I think I better take a look, because some of the chords that I saw you had, I thought, I wonder where you got some of those things. And then I looked at that music and I went, oh, well, that's where they got some of those things. So we need to talk about why, when this is we have to think beyond what's necessarily on the accompaniment. And I told Jean that I thought we should I went and tried to find some other arrangements of it, but this one appears to be the arrangement, but she found a lead sheet that had other chords. But there's a cute little a video of Judy Garland and Jean
Oh yeah.
Kelly singing When You Were a Tulip, and actually her part almost sounds like a tenor line. I mean,
Yeah.
if you go
Let's
through it,
play
it's like
that. Let's
almost
play
what we
that.
would put,
Yeah.
doesn't it? It sounds almost like what you would put in a tenor line. It's just really cool. And besides, it's just really cute. But
Yeah, let's play that. Let's see.
yeah, I thought it would be just fun.
Okay. Let me find it now. I left it up here, I think. Of course, then my computer crashed, so maybe I have to find it again. Yeah, I probably do have to find it again. Darn it. Okay, just a minute. Keep talking. I want to thank everyone. Thank everyone who sent and tried to send sympathy cards about my mom. I know my address. Realized I found out my address was wrong in the Street Airlines directory, so that's been fixed now. But I want to thank you for
Oh, yes.
for sending cards. That was so very sweet of you. Yeah. So we did the memorial service this past Saturday here in Florida, and then we're doing another one in Ohio at the end of June 25th. So it's like, holy moly, because we have family in both places, and it just ended up being that way. There it is. I think this is it, right? Judy Garland and Jean Kelly, right?
Yep.
All right, how about that?
And the next part, if you go to it sometime and listen to it, gives you all kinds of jazzy little things that they do.
Oh, you want me to keep going?
Yeah, keep going, because I think it gives you
Okay.
kind of some ideas as a arranger to go like, oh, well, here's some cool little things.
Okay, let me keep it going then. Hold on, we go.
That fun.
So fun. Yes.
Jazzy, pretty jazzy tulip, I'd say.
Oh yes, boy, for sure. Yeah, so that was really fun. So yeah, that was so cool how it sounded like the tenor part, right?
Didn't it sound so much like?
Yeah.
I mean, it had even that you could almost hear the other parts.
Yeah.
Didn't you? If there were if they taken away the instrumentation, you could almost hear the other parts, and I think that's kind of pretty novel. You don't get that many. Of course, it was Judy Garland in it. I'll listen to it anyway. So
right.
Yeah, it was good. Okay.
So fun. Okay, so let me go to. Oh, stop! We're not doing another one. Give me a break. I'm trying to get to my other page to start the next thing. Okay, let's see now. Where is it? Oh, there's that. Oh, darn it now. Is it this? I have so many tabs up to have everything up here. Can't find the right tab. Okay. Oh, shoot. Now, let's see. Open. Okay.
Emily, is that online tomorrow? The whole your contest?
It's going to be all of the contest videos, because a lot of people did video submissions, are going to be played this afternoon our time. So it'll probably be overnight for you guys. And then tonight is the results announcement, which might be early hours of the morning for you.
Oh, okay, but that's
yeah.
okay, got it.
What is your region number?
34.
34.
Very good. Okay, now that I found
I can send
it,
you the Zoom, forward you the email with the Zoom link for the results announcement, if you like, because if it's at a decent hour.
That'd be fun. Yeah.
heck yeah.
I would like to watch your quartet. That's what I want to see.
Oh, yeah, we want to see 3
Oh,
ducks.
Donna, we're not allowed to release them yet because they haven't officially been scored.
Right,
but as soon as they are, I'll release it on our page. Then you can watch it at a
Okay, great.
Oh,
good
yeah.
hour.
Yeah, let us know all about it.
Sounds great.
Yeah, so
you
follow
can send us the link?
three docs and a diva quartet. Then you'll see it come up.
Ah, neat.
Can you send us, are you going to be sending us the link, Emily?
For the results, I can do that today. Yeah, for sure.
No,
Oh, and-
I mean, your video of your quartet. I want to see your quartet too.
Yeah.
Sure.
Or put it in the chat. Put it in the chat and we'll have that.
Sure. As soon as the official thing is done and we're not breaking the rules, I'll send you a YouTube link.
Oh,
Okay, that'd be good.
Good.
Okay.
I'll send you one of my chorus to you so you can see my final performance and see how we kept in tempo.
That'd be great.
Stop stressing about that. That was a good compliment that you maintained it.
It was a little humor there, Jean. Trying for a little humor.
It's like, oh dear. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here is get this, get the sheet music up, because we noticed when we played or looked through, and I'm going to go to the chorus part of this song.
Great.
There it is right there. Can everyone see that now?
Yep.
Okay. So when I look at so one thing we had to do, so we were questioning, I called Kay Bromert. She was like in charge of putting this whole thing together. And I said, how did you end up choosing that particular sheet music for this song? She said, well, probably it's because it was the only one we could find. So that's what happened here. But here's what you have to remember. When a composer writes a melody, and back in the day when they did this, they would send it to the publisher, and the publisher then would get somebody to make a piano accompaniment for it. And so this particular person that made this piano accompaniment, just did what that he or she wanted to do. And so it not necessarily followed the implied harmony that the composer had in mind. So that was a stumbling block for this, and only because I'm familiar with When You Wore a Tulip. I automatically hear it in barbershop in my head. But when I have a song that I'm unfamiliar with, and I would go through and play the sheet music, I would go and try to find it on YouTube. Not that every single song is out there, but quite a few songs are out there, and listen to the harmony that was used. And we discovered something. So like when we did, if you looked at the sheet, if you follow the sheet music to do your arrangement, I see that even though we're in a different key, in the key of B flat, When You Wore a Tulip, and then for Sweet Yellow, they did a D minor chord, Yellow Tulip. And yet I also want to show you, let me find it there. I also found a fake book with a lead sheet in it, and the lead sheet had these chords. And so when I looked at this, and I transposed it to F, since our arrangements were in F, When You Wore a Tulip, a Sweet Yellow Tulip. So they used the F chord for that whole thing, where in the piano accompaniment that we had the sheet music for, they did it that, and then they went to a minor chord. They went to, went to an A minor chord, Sweet Yellow Tulip. And yet the original harmonization for this melody is strictly an F chord for for when you wore a tulip, a sweet yellow tulip, and I wore a big red rose, right? When you caressed me, it was when heaven blessed me. And then heaven. Oh, there you go. Bless me. What a blessing no one knows. You made life cheery. And again, when you called me dearie, the same F major chord, 'twas down where the bluegrass grows. Your lips were sweeter than julep when you wore that tulip, and I wore a big red rose. Okay, so if you look at the chord symbols here, would make a very strong barbershop arrangement, because every chord in the implied harmony on this sheet is one of the three biggies. You know, the three biggies for arranging barbershop is the major triad, right? Major triads all over the place, and the dominant seventh chord. We don't have any dominant ninths in the implied harmony chords here. But can you see how every chord is either a major triad or a seventh chord for the implied harmony for this? Even though the person that wrote the accompaniment in that sheet music took his own liberties and did some other, decided to use a minor chord in when you wore a tulip, or a tulip, a sweet yellow tulip, which isn't awful, but as barbershop arrangers, the major triad is a much stronger chord to use than a minor triad. You know, we have learned that a minor triad is a secondary chord. And so if we can make it more barbershoppy by keeping it out on a major chord, that's going to score better for contests. I mean, I don't know if you'd use this in contests, but that would score better. And besides, that was when you listen to the YouTube, if your ears are really good at picking up the chords they're using, they used the major triad all the way through when you wore a tulip, a sweet yellow tulip. So when I'm arranging a song, especially because I'm unfamiliar with it, I will play the piano accompaniment. I will try to find something on YouTube. I will try to find a cheat sheet, a fake sheet of it. Not that all the songs have that, but when we're talking about trying to arrange strong barbershop songs for competition, and we use public domain songs, you can usually find a recording of it somewhere, So that's something to keep in mind. Then what I do is, after hearing all those different ways, I walk around the house and sing the melody to myself over and over and over again. And I'm a strange kind of person. I hear things in barbershop, and I think it's because I grew up in with barbershop in my home. Because I can remember my friends making fun of me, like when I was in 8th grade. I heard "Star Shining Bright Above You." You know that song? What is it? Dream a Little Dream of Me. And I heard that was a popular song on the radio back then. And I heard it in barbershop in my brain, And so I went to the piano, and in 8th grade, I took piano lessons, but I never had any formal music theory training until I got to high school. And but I knew enough about chords from my piano lessons that I would go, oh, that's what I want. What is that? Oh, I know that's a G triad, and I'd write the notes down. And then I don't remember what it goes. What do I do? Oh, what chord is that? Oh, okay, I'll write that down. Oh, I hear barbershop. And I would write it down like that, because I didn't really have enough formal training to know, am I following the implied harmony? I just went with what my barbershop ear heard. And so if you there are places in your arrangements that we've found are very barbershoppy, and then there are some spots that are like totally away from the implied harmony. And sometimes you can get by with that, but as we try to keep it as barbershoppy as possible, we don't want to throw in a funky chord, for the purposes of the exercises that we are doing. Good Lord, that was a long thing. Did that make sense? I don't know if it did or not. But trying to show you some ways to, and both my parents were barbershoppers. My parents always had the party after the afterglow at their house. And I can remember them waking me up. And because I was like 5 years old or something, and I would sit in the front row down in our basement. They set it up with rows of chairs, and I would sit there in the front row in my jammies, listening to all the quartets singing and stuff. So I really
Wow.
grew
I
up
like
on.
you, led, Jean.
Yeah, that was so
Jeez.
fun. And then when I was in second grade, my mother was a Sweet Adeline, and there was a lady in the chorus that started a girls' chorus before they even had Young Women in Harmony for all the daughters in the chorus.
Wow.
And so there was a group of about 12 or 15 or 20 of us. We met every Saturday and learned how to sing barbershop. By the time I was in third grade, that dwindled down to like a double quartet, and then it dwindled down to a quartet. So I was in third grade, I was the lead, and the other three parts were in sixth grade, and we sang together as a quartet until they graduated from high school. And so we sang on shows around the area and stuff. So I had a lot of barbershop happening with me, my whole
Yeah.
life. And I think that's why I hear it so well. So the more you can listen to barbershop music, especially Sweet Adeline music, because I know the men, there's nothing wrong with listening to that, because I love that too. But they take more liberties in what's allowed in their arrangements than the Sweet Adelines do. And so the more you can listen to that just helps your ear develop and hear strong things. Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
So anyway, so what we're going to do is I thought we would do is we would go through each person's arrangement, and
We're gonna do, Jean, can I interrupt you? I'm sorry, dear.
sure,
I just gonna say, let's just take a look at the thing to identify what we're gonna do the problems first.
oh
Just
yeah,
What was
okay.
on this page that was a problem? Because some of you fixed things that weren't problems. I mean, but mostly, it's like in an effort to make it even better. But so at the very beginning, I think most everybody used the unison, and that was okay. There's nothing wrong with it. But what would be better than that? And a couple of you did that.
Okay, so we're going to go through one little thing at a time like that? Or
No,
you're gonna
I'm just talking
name
about-
all the problems?
I'm talking about the very piece of music that they gave you.
Oh,
Look
okay.
at and just to identify what were really the problems, just quickly to go through and say, well, this is wrong because the fifth was doubled, or it's a weak voice, or something like that, right?
Yeah,
Um,
okay.
The actual arrangement that they.
There, this one that was in the key of G?
Yes, yes. So
Yeah, okay.
looking at this very one, starting at the very beginning, we have a unison, and there's nothing wrong with a unison. But what would be more interesting, perhaps, is what? And two of you did that.
What's another option besides starting?
Dom
at
7.
unison?
Is the seven?
Dom seven.
Exactly.
The answer is always a Dom 7.
Right on, right on. Especially if it's a pickup, and the very, in measure one, the very first chord is a tonic chord, right? So it's very strong barbershop to use the dominant seventh that goes into the tonic.
Yeah, so that would be, and we'll see that as we look at what you had there. There wasn't anything wrong. And of course, we've already identified that it's too high. It would have been better in F, and which you all did in F. And then the very first thing that is really a problem is in which measure? That was a really something wrong, I guess.
At the end of two?
At the end of two, exactly. That chord.
Yeah, let's play that. What does that sound like?
And so, yeah, and we
of
could
two?
hear it immediately, right? We knew
Yeah.
that was, and you all fixed that chord. I think you all fixed it. I think
Yay.
it's pretty much the same on that one. And then the next on measure 3, the problem is what? The weak voicing, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, so in
Right.
other words, they double.
Oh, what's weak about that?
That's what I'm saying. What did they double?
What
They
is-
doubled the fifth.
They doubled
Yeah.
the fifth, and particularly on a primary beat, it's important to double that root, right? I mean, on a downbeat of something, we want the strongest possible chord. Yeah,
Yeah, so
So-
whose note would you change to help make that stronger? Which note would need,
Change the bass.
we have two Gs and we have,
No, I'm sorry, we didn't change the
no,
bass.
no, oh, where are we? Sweet yellow. Oh, I was looking at the
yes,
wrong measure.
sweet. So
Yeah.
the chord, the double.
Oh,
the
that's the
fifth
third.
double is the D, so we want to change the baritone, right?
Right.
Right.
And we would
So-
change it to a G, right? To make it doubled root, right?
Yes, so the baritone and the bass are both on the octave. Yeah. And then the next thing was the O, the yellow, which
Yeah.
became because why? What's wrong with that chord? Low. The last,
Oh, you've got the third on the bass, the
the
bass. on
third and the
Yeah.
bass, exactly. It's not a good, it's not a wrong, it's a poor choice, right? So we would want to keep, not have the bass on the third unless it's a passing tone or something like that.
Right, if it's going la da da, then that da da, that would be okay to be on the third to go to that, or the opposite. But
Right.
that's not the kind of pattern that's happening here. So there's
And then-
probably a stronger solution.
Exactly. So then on the next thing that would be a problem with this arrangement was what? The tulip is fine, isn't it?
The last chord
And
in
there
measure
was
five.
The
A
and,
note
the last
omitted.
chord and the last chord, and what is that chord?
Measure five. There's
In
two
measure,
C's.
in
in
measure
that.
4. And,
There's two C's in measure five, the last chord. There's two C's. It's supposed to be a dim.
oh, right, you're one ahead of me there, dear. You're right. You're
Oh,
exactly
yeah?
right.
I'm
In
sorry.
measure 4, we're looking at measure 4 on the and.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
okay.
And
Oh, the
so-
G9, the
And,
and.
I said exactly the same thing, and Jean says, you can't call that a G9 with the third missing, because if the third is missing, you don't have a chord.
Right.
So.
Chords
she-
are built on triads.
Yes,
So
and
if
they are,
there's no third there, it's not a chord.
Right.
and so I automatically did what you did. I just called it a G9 with the third missing, and we all know the third missing is not not the way a G9 is supposed to go, right? It's
Right.
not
Right.
the part that's supposed to be missing. So
Yeah. What can you
Yeah.
omit in a
that was a
ninth
poor
chord?
choice, and so you
One
all,
or a five.
yeah, and
Yeah,
so you all fixed that, and we'll take a look at that in a minute. So,
May I ask a question about that?
yeah.
Sure.
About the concept of leaving out either the root or the fifth.
Yes.
I was under the impression that it's preferable to leave the fifth in.
It
is that-
depends.
The
Yeah.
root,
Either one is just as strong because it
Okay.
depends on what the melody note is on,
Okay,
If the melody is on the root, then you have to leave out the fifth for that chord. If the melody is on the fifth, then you'd leave out the root in that chord.
okay. So if you have a choice of either one,
Mhm.
they're equally as strong?
Well, let's see. I got my little handy
If you-
dandy thingy
okay.
right here. See, what chord are we talking about? The ninth chord. Yeah.
I have a sheet similar to this made up by other arrangers in
Uh-huh.
which it's stated that it's preferable to leave the fifth in.
Ah,
And that's why I'm asking this, because
Okay.
that's how I now tend to arrange, preferring to leave the fifth in, but I don't always
Right.
feel as I'm
Yeah.
arranging, sounds
okay,
the
so,
best.
but I
or
think,
leading.
okay, the dominant ninth that you see up there, the one
Yeah.
note omitted, is that you omit either the root or the fifth. So as, so the whole, and those are really basically the only choices that make it a
Yeah.
strong chord.
Yeah.
So if we go back to that other page,
Yeah,
and we can easily see what could happen, because if that G in the bass were a B, you would have a ninth chord with the root omitted, right? So,
Mhm.
and it would sound fine, because it would go, wait. And da-da-da-da, and it leads right into the next thing. Or you could have the bass go on the D and F, A, and put the B in the tenor.
oh,
Oops.
yeah, something like this.
Either one of those would be
Yeah.
fine. The problem with this is that it's really important that you have the third in that chord of a ninth,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
You can leave out the root and you can leave out the fifth, but those are pretty much
yeah,
it shouldn't be done another way.
yeah,
I
yeah,
can't think of what I'm trying to say, but so just either that, and that was the problem with that chord, because you can hear it. It sounds hollow, doesn't it?
yeah.
You needed that third to take you into the next thing, or in
Can
any
you
place-
play a couple measures before that so we can hear
Sure. Yeah,
all the
yeah.
way through there?
See. Well. Yeah,
Oh, you changed that to the B, didn't you? Yeah,
I changed it because you can hear it all come. It's contrary motion too, isn't it? We're
Yeah,
always
so
going for
play
contrary.
what's written there so we can hear how weird that sounds.
Oh,
Wait, go back when you wore a tulip. It's just helpful to hear like the whole line. Can you do the whole?
I don't know what. Whatever that was supposed to be. Or
Yeah,
either
yeah,
one is fun, but the important thing is that you have to have the third in that ninth chord. Yeah, leave out the root, you can leave out the fifth, but you've got to have a third. Okay, and then is there any questions about that I should ask? Maybe
that makes sense.
Yep.
Emily looks troubled.
So
Oh no, I was just musing about Elizabeth's question about where the relative strength of having the first or the fifth, just comparing the different versions of Dom 9. And my understanding was that the overtone series production is the same for both chords. So they're much of a muchness, which is why you can pick the one that's better for voice leading, rather than the
yes,
fifth being necessarily superior from an overtone series production. However, if you leave out the seventh and make it a major 9, then you're not going to get the same overtone series
Oh.
production.
right.
Well,
Yeah,
the note you leave out of the major is different, of course.
yeah,
Yes, but it's all because of overtone series, isn't it? The reason why the Dom 9 is strong with
Yes.
either the first or the fifth omitted is that you get that same overtone series pattern when you sing it.
exactly. Yeah,
Okay, good, yes.
Is that right?
yes, that's exactly right. Mhm.
And I think that's a really interesting question, Emily, and what you're talking about there, because it comes down to the better choice for voice leading in oftentimes, isn't it? If you had a bassing da 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 dum or ba da da dum, you're gonna have a better tuning possibility da 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 dum and
Yeah,
or
yeah,
then it has to go down. That is an easy thing to do if you put the I'm sorry. Yeah, that's all right for the. So
yeah,
the best choice in this case, I think, is with the bass. But you could
Yeah.
make a case for that could work too, you know. But I
Mhm.
think I don't know, as far as what you're talking about the overtone series. I just would generally go with what I think is a good baseline. If you
Yeah.
would. Yeah.
Nerd.
Well, you'd have to go. What would be? Yeah, what's better for both parts? Not just the bass, but what's better for the tenor also? Which one's going to have easier voice leading for them?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Either way is fine for the tenor.
yeah,
Or doesn't
Yeah.
matter. It's but it's
yeah.
a
But
great big
balance would be different. balance would be different with the tenor on the B and the lead on the A. You would
Yeah.
have to balance that chord in a different way.
Yes, and you're exactly right, and the case could be made for it. I'm not saying it's right, wrong, or otherwise, but what is
Yeah.
wrong is leaving out the third.
Yeah.
Okay, then we go
So
measure.
Elizabeth, is this, I think you were the one that asked about, how do you know whether the root of the fifth? Are you the one that said you had another paper that said leave
Yes,
out the fifth? Yeah. Does it make
Yes.
sense what we just said about
it
that?
does. And Emily perfectly expressed what I was
Yeah.
thinking about it, is that you would then look at it and say, which one is going to present for better leading?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Very, very good. All right.
Good, excellent, you guys. So then the next thing, of course, is the one that was it Donna or Elizabeth that talked about the measure 5, the last chord, which what they've given us is what? A triad, a diminished triad with one of the notes doubled. And
Mhm.
and we don't
Don't do that.
cater to that sort of thing in barbershop harmony and sweet Adelines. we like to have 4 chords, 4 different notes for a diminished chord, right?
Right.
Yes.
I mean, there is such a chord as a diminished chord, but in barbershop, when we call it diminished, we just say, we mean it as a diminished 7th chord. Yeah.
Well, we mean it as 4 different notes.
Right. That makes it, yeah. Because there's a diminished chord and there's a diminished 7th chord. So
Okay.
in barbershop, when we just say, oh, that's diminished, we're talking about a diminished 7th chord. You know, I'm just trying to make it clear for people that have had music theory and stuff. It's like, there is a diminished triad that is used. We found one in Harmonize the World. Ooh, wow. Of all songs.
And I think when we play it, I think, but well, as we say, one of the acceptable chords is not a doubling one of the notes in a diminished triad. So that's what we're looking for. The other is, so if we say like, you can hear it's hollow. It needs the 4th note, right?
Yes, it would make it.
And
yeah.
so, and also that would be misspelled, wouldn't it?
Mhm.
It would
Yeah.
need to be what? What note is misspelled?
So
Two
what
of
kind
them,
of,
The
actually.
D sharp.
Yeah, so the D sharp would be an E flat,
Yeah.
yeah.
and then the F sharp would have to be a G flat, wouldn't it?
And why is that? Because a diminished chord is built on thirds.
on
Okay.
thirds.
Everything is built on thirds. No matter what note you have on the bottom, they're built on thirds. So when I look at C going to D sharp, I mean, I know that's the same sound as C to E flat, but when it's spelled C to D sharp, that is a second. And for it to be spelled correctly, it has to be some kind of third. And the only way that could be some kind of an interval of a third would be to make that D an E, and then it would have to be an E flat, because diminished chords are built on minor thirds. So if we had an E flat there for the baritone and we go up a minor third, yes, we get an F sharp. But going from E flat to F sharp is the interval of a second, some kind of a second. So we would spell it G flat, so that the interval from E flat to G flat is officially a third. You know, it's a minor third.
I never understood that. Thank you.
Ah, okay, good.
That makes sense.
All right, excellent. So the next thing that comes up
And
at the end-
then a B double flat, or are we allowed to just call it an A so that it's easier to
Yes.
read?
Yes, there are different philosophies of that. You know, we could do the B double flat would be the correct way to spell it, because from G flat, it'd have to be some kind of a third. But you could also argue that, you know, you could spell the diminished, in barbershop, we spell the diminished chord from the bass note up, you know, but you could argue that you could spell it A, C, E flat, G flat, you know, if you inverted it that way for spelling purposes. So, I'm at the belief that I would make it a B double flat and teach our singers what that means. Because if we want the barbershop genre to be recognized in the real music world, then we need to spell our chords correctly, and we have smart enough people that they if you explain it to them, they understand what that means. So, but there were others that say, oh no, just do it that way, so it's easier. So either way you can get by with it. Yeah.
And when it comes to you to put it in a finale, how will you respell it?
Oh yes, I would spell it with a B double flat. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And but this is just that spelling is an interesting thing. But as we will see, three of you chose a different voicing, which took the bass. I were which took the
Or a big, yeah.
So we will see that you had three of you chose to revoice that, which is an even better idea, I think.
Yes, and it
Okay.
spells A, C, E flat, G flat. Perfect. Yeah.
And then if you put, for instance, that A that you need instead of the tenor and the C, if or where the double or whatever the no, take it out the bass and the bass on an A, then you'd have your chord that you could see. Or so, whoops. Right? Which is exactly what
Some of you did. We'll get to that. Yeah.
Yes. So anyway, that was another opportunity there for that one. So quickly, I think we won't take any time on this, but measure 6, obviously red is double the fifth instead of the
No, red is okay. They
no.
Fifth on the bass.
Bass, yes. Bass is not on a strong note.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's not voiced right. And
Yeah.
some of you found that it needed a seventh, which I would agree would be a good idea too, but it wasn't a big thing. The next two, let's just go over quickly because the next two measures is all weak and wrong. It's all parallel. It's all weak voicing and all that kind of stuff. So let's go to the next measure. Let's go to 9. When you rest me. So on what do we have there?
Have an augmented chord.
An augmented and
Yes.
right, an augmented chord. And some of you used augmented chord and some of you used another chord. Do you remember?
Major 7 is what I used.
Yeah, major the major 7. And Jean, you were talking about what?
Yes, let's look at this chord. It's a what they used right here was an augmented chord. And if you go back to your 11 barbershop chords, what it talks about an augmented chord should be used when the melody is on that augmented fifth. Okay, that's when you use an augmented chord. And so if we go back to this chord right here, where is it? Ka, right? It's on ka. What part of the chord is the melody on? The root, the third, the fifth, the third, right? And so the melody is not on the third, and therefore there's probably a better solution than using an augmented chord there. And I think when you hear the different choices, your ear might tell you something that's a little bit stronger too. So you have there's nothing god awful about it, but there's a better solution probably. Yes, which
and
many
so
of
look
you
at
did.
it, that most of you did the caress me. You did the B, the major 7, and actually, Abigail brought the bass up to the D, which made an interesting thing. But it's not wrong. But I think the point is really interesting that you would use an augmented if the melody were on that augmented note. And
Yes.
otherwise find their stronger voicings, right? So
Right,
that's
find
good.
a different chord that could also work.
Also, because this whole measure, there are 3 notes with a 10 or below, which was unnecessary, especially when we put it in the right key, right? The
Yeah.
tenor could easily go up above there, so. And then the next real interesting thing is, of course, the twas. And
This one
again,
was. Mhm,
twas, and measure the last chord in 10, right?
mhm.
Which is what is different or strange about that?
I
It's
wrote that the
misspelled.
spelling was wrong.
Yeah, the spelling, right? Mhm.
Yeah. So which note needs to be changed spelling wise?
Baritone.
Yes, the baritone. If the baritone was an E flat, then you have an E flat 7 chord, right? E flat G, B flat. Mhm.
And what else is strange about that chord then?
The bass is not on a good note.
Yeah,
Right.
the bass is on a third, so, which is, and I'll resolve that. Most of you resolved that just right, so we just want to, if it's possible to know, there's another way to do that without putting the bass on a third, yeah.
Mhm.
And then in a measure 11, we have another doubling of,
Ah,
yeah, the baritone again is double the lead there. And obviously, the baritone needs to go to G, right? On then, right?
yeah.
That's a
Sometimes as a
unison.
yeah, sometimes as an arranger, that's hard to catch because it's in 2 different clefs. So you think it's a you think of it, oh, they must be an octave, but they're actually singing the exact same note, right? They'd be
Mm.
singing unison on that note. Yeah.
Yes. And I think this is a very interesting one. The last chord in 11, which is what chord?
Finished,
7.
diminished.
It's a diminished chord, isn't it? But it's
Yeah.
misspelled.
But what?
Is
It's a
it?
it's a diminished chord.
Yeah, it's a diminished chord. Only it's so it's a diminished chord. The A sharp is a B flat. The C sharp is a D flat, right?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
in that. So, I see that you did heaven. Some of you continued with the diminished heaven. I think you all did diminished. So, heaven, yes, everybody did a diminished there. And which is not a wrong chord. The answer key actually showed us a different key, which was it went to,
Oh, a different chord, you mean? Yeah.
yeah, it went to a D flat 7, which if you just look at it right now and say, okay, that's lovely. If you put a D flat on the bass, let's see, have you got it up there, Jean?
That's what I'm looking for it. Oh, here it is. Yeah. Is that
Okay.
it? Oh, nope, up here.
You're making me dizzy,
I know.
girlfriend.
There we
Okay.
go.
There we go. Okay, so if you look at the bass
Okay.
there, look at the bass going,
Mhm.
and heaven bless me, which is not maybe the very best thing you want to do is to give the bass a jump like that, but it's not a wrong thing. It's a really cool chord, but your diminished chords that you all came up with weren't wrong, but this is another choice. So you just want to look at it and say, is it worth doing this? Or doing the diminished chord as you did. And you had some really nice versions. Then heaven bless me, what a blessing.
Yeah, we're gonna look at those
Yeah,
today, tonight too. Yeah.
and I think you had some nice choices for that.
Husband boy is home.
Okay. Sorry, my husband just came home. Okay. So anyway, so we're just about done with what those chords were. Bless me, what was a wrong chord, wasn't it? Did you notice that? It was just flat a wrong chord. You knew that. You already fixed that one. I think we fixed most of those chords, but I wanted to point out that sometimes we want to know that there were errors in it, and just when you just start to arrange your whole thing, let's identify what was truly the problem, like.
Okay, so you're saying in measure 12, what was the wrong chord because the lead's not on the augmented notes, so it shouldn't be an augmented chord? Is that
No,
why
because
it's wrong
the lead
chord?
and the baritone are doubled.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah, I see that.
yes, but you're right. It's also an augmented.
It's also a wrong chord.
So it's a wrong doubling and it's an augmented chord that's not necessary to use it right there.
Okay.
That's right. And it would be a weak voicing even if you added the let's see what is missing there. Yeah, it should be an E7 chord, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would use it. Yep.
Buzzing, what a buzzing, yeah. So and again, we had another doubling there. Okay, so let's go to what you all had with yours, and you had some.
Yeah.
So I think we've established that even though some of you use the A minor chord for sweet on measure 3, when you wore a tulip, a sweet yellow tulip, it is not a wrong chord. Okay, it's not a wrong chord. The B flat chord might be what we want to hear more of, but you can certainly do. And I think
It's more barbershoppy. If you
yeah,
don't
Abigail,
use a minor
Donna,
chord there.
both had the A minor chord.
All right.
Emily and Liz had the F chord, and Elizabeth had the F7, which is interesting. And it isn't wrong either, but it might be a little stronger to wait for that F7, Elizabeth, till you got to the tulip.
Instead of
See what
putting
I'm
it on
talk-
sweet.
Oh, you've got Emily there. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So the
Sorry, you're
reason I
talking to me?
yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't
Hold
realize.
that thought. Hold that thought till we get to hers. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Julie?
I didn't know. I didn't look up and see that. Sorry. I'm sorry, Jean. Yeah.
Okay, because what I was doing is I think we ought to listen to Emily's first because it to me it sounded like the way I have heard it in the barbershop style. She used stronger barbershop choices. And so we're going to listen to that a couple of times.
Yes. Okay,
To
good.
get your ears familiar with that. And then we're going to compare it to someone else's. And it should help your ears notice, oh, wait, that was different in that spot. How come? And then we could analyze it. Okay, so that's what I thought we would do here.
Okay.
So we're going to this. So we talked about, Judy already talked about, it started in unison and she started with this 5/7 chord of the tonic. So that makes a
And
nice
before you
strong
play it-
start. Mhm.
Before you play it, she has 2 versions of the rose down at the bottom.
Right.
And Emily, you gave us 2 choices there. Which one is the stronger one?
Yeah, let's decide when we get there which
Sure.
one we like the way it sounds. And there are no words. Is this like a big slur? Or was it supposed to have little words with it?
Oh yeah, sorry, I was moving it from one to the other, and the words I had in mind were that scarlet rose.
Ah, okay. Yeah, okay.
I'm just saying that if you just look at it before you even play it, you can see that the second choice of the last of measure 8 is better because you can see the contrary motion over here. So you hear instead of that makes a nice, anytime we can
Yeah.
get the contrary motion, you've got it right.
Yeah, and it's stronger barbershop that
yeah.
way. Yep. Okay, let's listen to
all right.
this and see what we hear.
Good.
Or, could you tell the difference in the 2 measure 8s? How that sounded?
Mhm.
Yeah, so that one sounded Yeah, a little more barbershoppy. There's nothing wrong with either one of them, but when we're trying to look for stronger barbershop, the contrary motion would work better. Okay. And then so we're
But
going to go.
I actually like the first one because it feels
Yeah?
like it's going somewhere. It's
Ah.
leading to the next bit. To me, that's what it's feeding me into it. Whereas the contrary motion feels like it's the end of something, but it's actually the middle passage.
Oh, I get you.
interesting concept. Go on to the rest of it.
And
Jean.
yet my barbershop ear likes this one better because it's the 5/7 of the next chord that's coming up, which makes it stronger barbershop.
Mm.
Okay. But I get you. That makes sense too. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to start at Rose and we're going to keep going here. Oh, wait a minute. Let me get over to this page and start that again now. Yeah. Oh, shoot. No, don't do that. I forgot to go to the start the second page.
Can that be any louder?
Yes. Let's see if we can turn it up some. Yeah. Oh, that's up all the way. I'm not sure. We can put a dynamic marking in there to make it louder. Hold on here. Okay.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's okay.
Go away. I already did that. Now go away. There we go. All right. Now here's the same thing here, a different version. Oh boy, that makes me dizzy. So something I notice on no one, when we play this one, blessing, no one, let's listen to the no one. Okay, and then when I listen to this one, this no one, listen to this one. So what was, did you hear a difference on the one chord of no one? Did one sound stronger voicing or more barbershoppy than the other one? This is where everyone can, this is where you have to train your barbershop ears to, you know, they both sound okay, but there's one that sounds more barbershoppy. Can you tell which one? Let's listen to that again. Come on now. Start. Okay, and there's this one. Okay, so I'm talking about the no one. Does one of them sound?
So I'm assuming you want the bass on the root.
So that's what this is up here. First of all, what kind of chord is this on here?
9 chord, isn't it?
It's a 9 chord.
9. But it,
Can we
but it's
go?
better.
Jean, can
It's
we,
better.
Go ahead, honey.
Never mind.
Sorry. No, what
I
you
was
were
just going
gonna
to say, if you keep the bass on the D, then you don't have, then it's easier leading. Isn't it better leading?
Yes, it's better
Yeah,
voice
oh.
leading. Yeah, although they're typical bass jumps. So yeah.
True. Yes.
So so did one sit in your ear better than the other one? This is the kind of training we need. You need to be able to hear the barbershop difference, you know.
I
Jean,
I
you go
could
up to
not
the
hear
top?
it, Jean, just because the volume is really, really super
okay.
low. I couldn't
Yeah,
hear it.
I
but
can hardly
I
hear
think-
it.
Okay,
I
just a
think
minute.
probably the G
fix that.
sounds nicer, probably.
Wait,
Okay, could you go up to the top, Jean?
yeah, just a minute. Let's make this louder. It'll blast you out this time, probably. Here we go.
Okay.
There's that one, and then there's this one. So I don't know. What do your ears tell you? And maybe
Practice
your
the bass on
ears,
5.
yeah, maybe your ears say, my ears can't tell a difference. And that's okay too. We're trying to train your barbershop ear. So what did you
Okay.
say, Emily? What did you
I
say?
prefer bass on 5.
Ah,
Yeah, go up to the top, Jean, please.
yeah, this one? Blessing no one knows? This
No,
one?
the very top of the page there, 9. There you go. Okay, so here's what, the very first thing, when you caress me, she has, the first time she used that augmented on 9, and then down below she used the D minor there. But the critical part is here is on the measure 10, that the twas, right? She doubled that bass, but when she took it to a G flat 7 down here, that
Mhm.
is where it made the biggest difference. And I mean, that's the strong chord down here, and measure the one down below.
Okay, wait, time out, time out. Let's,
Yeah.
I think it's important to talk about that spot. But just for a moment, can we concentrate on no one so that their ears
Oh,
can
I'm
hear
sorry,
the
I thought you-
difference?
I
We're-
thought you did. Okay. Never
So
mind.
I'm thinking of no one, to try to train their ears. And then we'll go to that spot and let's listen with their barbershop, their ears too. Okay, I don't want to get them confused. So Emily said she likes the D better for the no one. What about you, Donna? What do you think? And if you can't tell a difference, that's okay.
I can't tell
too.
a difference. I can't
Okay.
tell a difference.
That's okay. All right. How
I
about you?
use the D as well. So
Okay. How about you, Elizabeth?
Well, I used the D,
Uh-huh.
but, and I think I did that because, okay, well, your question is, which do I think is more barbershoppy?
Yeah.
And, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because
Sorry.
both of them are okay. Both of them are legit.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I-
So, but
I
why did
used-
you choose the D, Elizabeth? Why did you choose the D?
Because of the leading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, so sometimes it's just a matter of that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I did. I chose the D because of the leading.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And those are good choices too. Yeah.
Because it was tighter harmony.
Yes, it's tighter harmony, and
Tighter,
that yeah, that's kind of. I guess I like the tighter harmony. Okay, now Judy, let's go to the spot you were talking about.
Well, okay, the
Twas right.
Yep. Okay, so when you
Was-
caressed me, you see the ka is different down below. So
Oh
let me-
yeah.
it's easier if I just play it than trying to go back to it. So she has,
Oh,
and
play that
down
again.
below-
Do that again.
okay, this is the first one. That's
Okay.
that augmented, and then
That's an
down below she has,
Ah.
all right, and then the next thing was, she has the twas. And down below she has,
Oh, wait, play the whole 2 measures so we can hear a difference.
what I don't understand, Emily, is why you made that an F flat, because an F might have been stronger, do you think?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Can you play measures? That's right here. Twas
That was an
then.
F. We talked about, Jean and I talked about this chord. There's all kinds of variations that can work there.
That was kind of funky. Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Yeah, I
have,
liked it.
there's some variations. But the important part is that the bass needs to come down there, because up above on her twas, she has, it misses that note. It needs that, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
That-
It needs, there's something hollow in it. Right? And then here's what I really like, and a couple of you did this.
I know why, because this one's a 7th chord and that one's not a 7th chord. So
Yeah, yeah.
it feels
Exactly.
yummier.
It's adding that 7 is kind of important, and I think we heard
Yeah.
that, but and we're using Emily's because she's got the 2 side by side, but we're going to see that many of you did this. But the heaven blessed me. There's nothing wrong with the first one, except that it isn't as strong as the one down below.
How
when it
come? How
opens
come
up,
it's not
doesn't it?
as strong? What do you mean by that, Judy? What?
It opens up the harmonies, and we're here, they're all scrunched in, right?
Yeah.
And the lead, here's the lead in the,
Where are you? I don't know where you are.
Okay. So when you look up here at measure 12,
yeah.
what right here, the lead and the baritone are just flip-flopping notes on what a, right? So
Mhm.
sometimes that's hard. Well, people will hear the melody because they may be familiar with this song, but it obscures the melody when the lead and baritone just flip-flop notes. And so play that measure again, Judy, right there. Oh, I don't know, mine zigzagged in and out.
okay.
Okay, now play this one down here.
And goes, okay.
Ah,
She went to the 7th, and up above on the 13th, she didn't do the 7th. Did you notice that on Bless?
bless me. Oh,
You have to go up a little bit on the manuscript.
this blessed, you mean?
No, the blessing, 13.
Oh, blessing.
13
Oh,
is just a plain old G chord. And the other one is a, went from 7th to 7th, didn't it? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
The other thing that is if you look and you see up above, the tenor's coming down to the F sharp. Blessing when, yeah. Blessing, what a blessing. They're a little bit out of their tessitura on that F sharp. When blessing, what a blessing, they're in their tessitura. And that means that the chord is going to open up more than asking, you know. Also, you have a cross relationship.
Ah, where?
Up here to blessing, and bless 12, upper 12, up there said 12, it's up there, it goes. See the bass is on the F, and then here comes the tenor with the F
Oh,
sharp.
F sharp.
Yeah.
And the baritone.
It's a hard thing for the
Yeah.
tenor to hear. Yeah. But, yeah. And whereas the other one, yeah, because then the baritone down below in 12, blessing, what a blessing. The baritones are just going to go up and down. There's no cross reference there because it's in the same part. Do you understand that?
Does everyone understand about a cross reference?
Yeah.
Cross voicing? Yeah, because it's hard when it jumps parts. And when it's in the same part, it's so much easier to execute and easier to hear.
Yeah, that's just not like type normal kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so you've given us a good blueprint for things to how to fix one thing to another one, Emily.
Yeah.
By doing, did you know you were doing the less favorable one and then the more favorable one?
I was doing the one that most closely aligned with the version we were given, and then my preferred.
Yeah.
Ah, yay.
Okay, all right. Let's go
Very
on to
good. Yeah.
somebody else's, okay? That was a good job.
Yes. So, we're trying, not only are we trying to go over arranging ideas, but we're trying to develop your barbershop ear because that's going to help in the long run. Okay. Okay. So now we're going to go to someone else. Oh yeah. Next is going to be Donna. Let's see. Where's Donna? There it is. All right. Donna did the whole song. Yay. Which is a very good practice. Yes.
Okay,
All right.
before we start that one, Donna, why did you decide to change the very first measure and make it a closed voice? Because tell us why.
Where are you talking about? Right here on you, War?
Yeah, I'm just asking, she closed voiced measure 1 and why she had a good reason for it, I'm sure.
Do you know what we mean by that, Donna?
Yes, I know what you mean. I have no idea. It was so long ago. I just.
Oh, yeah, that's the trouble. Yeah.
And it's not a wrong thing either. I thought I was gonna say, I thought you were gonna say because it wants to open up. You were a tulip, a sweet, and kind of opening up to
Blossoming.
and voicing. So yeah, let's just hear it then.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Good.
All right. And I know you did the whole rest of the song. Good
Good,
for you.
yeah.
Donna. Yeah.
I need to
Nice.
practice.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Okay, so did anybody notice the different harmonic sound on Sweet Yellow Tulip? Okay, so let's listen to that part again because it's a different it's a different harmony. Yeah. Do you remember what the other one sounded like? Because this is what I want to help your ear to know what to do. So let's, if we listen to Sweet Yellow Tulip on this one. What's the one we can't hear? Ah. Did you hear Sweet Yellow?
Mhm.
And then we go back to this one and hear that Sweet Yellow. So it's a different harmonic feeling. Did everyone hear the difference? Hear that it's a different harmonic feeling on Sweet Yellow? Did everybody catch that with your ear? I wanted to
I
make
can't
sure.
actually pick much of a difference.
Ah, okay.
So I've
good.
got to practice, obviously.
Yeah, so you got to develop your ear a little bit. Yeah. And that's why we're trying to point these things out. So if we go back to this one and listen to Sweet Yellow, it goes from a 7 chord to a triad to a minor chord there to major chord, 7 chord, major chord, 7 chord. So because major chords and 7th chords are the biggies for barbershop harmony, for the chords to ring and stuff. So concentrate on Sweet Yellow and listen to that part.
Okay, so,
What-
okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm just gonna say, we have another instance of it with Abigail's with the A minor with a slightly different voicing, but
Right,
of the
yeah.
same thing you're talking about.
Yeah. And so we'll get to that one too and
Mhm.
listen to that
Okay.
difference.
Okay.
That sounds very barbershoppy to me. Does that sound barbershoppy to you, or you can't tell a difference? And that's why we want to develop your ear. So let's listen to that once more and think about
That's more
Sweet Yellow.
vanilla to me. I
Oh,
I
more
like
vanilla. Okay,
I
that's a
like
good one.
variety.
Well, you're right. It's very repetitive and monotonous. Yeah, and the putting the A minor there gives it more of a variety of harmony. Yeah, and so that's where the difference between a barbershop arranger or an arranger of just choral music. And so if we're trying to make it more barbershop sounding, we want to try to use the major triad. If there's a choice, we want to try, and it works. We want to try to use a major triad and barbershop 7th chords again. But you're
Okay,
right.
Go
More
back to
monotonous.
Donna's, will you,
Yes.
please?
Let's go back to that one.
Okay, so Donna, I just want to say you changed the melody here too, and I was gonna ask you about that too on
Right
I
here?
Wore a Big.
Okay,
On,
wait till we get there. Don't you? We got to think of one idea at a time. It's too confusing. Oh wait, that was wait. Let me listen to that again. Who else did the A minor one? Did you say Judy?
Abigail did.
Hattie. Okay, let's listen to that one. Oh yeah, we can tell more that that's a different harmony because of the way the bass was treated, right? So your ear has to get used to that kind of stuff. So like right away, because I grew up in barbershop, when I heard that A minor chord there, I'm like, what was that? But only because I'm so familiar with the song. And so that's where, if you can't always eliminate. That's what made me go and listen to YouTube and what maybe look for
Mm.
a cheat sheet. I mean, what do you call it? A lead sheet with just the chords, because that's not the way my ear hears it. So I want to go back and listen to another version of it and see, was it that piano accompaniment? Was it, and when I went and listened to the YouTube and listened to the fake book version, oh, that was the chord I wanted to hear. That's what a chord that I heard in my head. Not that this is awful, but I'm used to that other chord because it sounds more barbershoppy to me. Okay. And that's the hardest part. That's the hardest part about being a barbershop arranger, is because this sounds okay too. But so then
Yeah.
you have to decide which one sounds more barbershoppy. And that's what's
Mm.
hard to do. So the more you listen to barbershop arrangements, the more your ear will catch that kind of stuff. Okay.
Yes.
So let's go back to Donna's now. And now, Judy, ask your question about.
Okay, I'm
changing
just gonna
the
say,
melody.
that, Donna, I think that yours, if you use this, and with all due respect to Gina, to barbershop ears and stuff, but you talked about something as a different harmonic. If we listen to this and you playing yours, wait. I'm gonna make one change. I'm going to make your yell an A in the bass, and give it a little different flavor. So I'm just listen to this. Wait, sorry. Or maybe the other way around.
Is that
as-
what you mean? Or the other
Yeah,
way?
I'm just saying, yes, I'm saying either that or the other way around, a sweet yellow tulip, which gives it a different flavor. And
Mhm.
I think either one. I think that we could say that implied harmony to most of us would be an F, but on the other hand, it's a relative minor. I think the A minor works too, but you can
Yeah, it
change it up a
does.
little bit by making that chord doubling something different on one of those chords, either sweet or yell. And then
Yeah.
when you go to the I wore you know, that's why I was saying you change the melody. I wore a big. Did you know that?
No,
So I wore a big, and I just wondered why you changed the melody.
Let's see if we go back to.
You mean on the A, on the
Yes, on the
Yes, you have, yeah.
oh,
I
that's the one
wore-
that's in
yeah.
G. Let's see. Oh, this isn't the right one. Okay, hold on. Try not to make you too dizzy here. Oh, no, not that one. No, is it this one? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, well,
So
we know
here's the
melody is,
melody.
I wore a
a
yeah,
big red.
and you did, I wore a big,
just a mistake, I guess. I
Yeah.
didn't even notice.
And you
that.
know what?
I wondered.
My ear didn't catch that because the baritone is singing the melody note. So because I'm familiar with this song, I still heard the melody. But that was a good catch, Judy. Yeah.
Well, if she had not changed the melody, she has the right chord on only it's voiced strangely. If you put the melody on the E on and the melody on the E where it should be, and then give the G to the bass and the D flat to the baritone, you had the right chord, but you had nowhere to go because you changed the melody. There
Okay.
you go.
So what's
You
the
see what
baritone
happened?
getting? What's the baritone getting? Did you say that?
Baritone gets the D flat. I wore a big, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Do you see what happened, Donna?
Yeah, I do. Thank you.
I think it was just, but when I wore a big, gave the bass a really funky note. I wore a big red, it's
Right.
right. Okay, so I'm just gonna say, because you were right thing, but you just had I wondered if you meant to do that, or I wore a big red rose. In my head, it was sounded pretty good, huh?
Would it be better to leave the bass on the B flat and put the tenor on the G?
You could do that too. That would work okay.
Well, why would you want to do that? I guess.
So that the bass didn't have to move?
I wore a big red rose.
This is a bass line.
wore
I
a
wore
big-
a big red rose.
Yeah, either
I
way would be
wore a
okay.
big- That's an odd.
No, it would just be I wore. You're saying if you left the bass on the B flat, it would just be I wore a big red rose.
Right, they wouldn't move.
I
They-
wore a big red rose.
Oh, I see what you meant.
That one too.
You can do that too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yes,
okay.
that's good. I'm sorry. I thought you meant leaving it on the D flat, which gave us a
No,
little
no, no,
cross reference
no, no.
or a cross relationship again
Yeah.
from the baritones were singing a D and now they're singing a D flat. Yes, that's also a fine choice if you'd like that one.
Yeah.
And that's fine. That's good. And you
Lots-
know, you
Lots
had
of
a
good
nice,
things in here, Donna. Lots of good things in here.
oh yeah, your
Yeah.
your rose, you really nice. I was gonna just suggest at some point that you just have well, no, it's just nice. We're just gonna leave it like that. There's another thing you could, there's just a little comment about if you move two parts and not all of them at once, just let the baritone move and then I know that. I love your, I know that when you caress me. So let's go on. And if we have time, we'll take a look at maybe a tweak of that, but it's really cool. Very nice.
Okay,
Okay, so
When you
now
correct
here's
me-
one little finale thing. When because you have three parts singing I know that,
Mhm.
then you would put the words above the tenor line and above the baritone line and not on
Oh.
the bass line. You know, you probably
Okay.
did that because it gets squishy. So you just make more room between the treble clef and the bass
Oh, I
clef.
see. Yeah,
So that-
good.
so that-
Okay. All right,
But
good.
that's the right way to, the right rule to do it.
There you go.
Okay, so
And
now,
again, you have a, when you caressed me, you chose the B flat major 7 on Ka, which is a good choice. And then you had rest me twas, and again, it's stronger on that twas if you made it a 7th and put the B flat, the bass on a G, right? As we just talked about with Emily's. Do you remember?
Right. Yes,
Okay, so that would be something then, and then heaven bless me. And then you have, what,
yeah.
yeah, on what you have the D chord,
Mhm.
which is fine, You don't have to go to a D7 there. It might be a little stronger, but that's fine. It's good. And blessing,
Oh, is that what you're talking about?
yeah,
Mhm. So what did you say about that one?
I said it's fine.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute, what's the matter with that? Yeah,
No,
okay.
no, I was saying,
Sorry.
no, it's fine. It's just fine. And then blessing, blessing truly. Play the blessing truly, or no, can you have to do, I'll have to do it.
Yeah. Hmm. So it's really a cool idea, but what you have to remember is the G that's holding, this has to make a chord too, right? Okay, let's see, what is that chord? G, B, D, F, A, G.
Let me play it, Jean.
Yeah,
That's what you have. Jean, So you have A, F, G, F, G, A, B. Your chord on truly is F, G, A, B. That's probably awkward.
and
And I
you're
think-
right, it is a G ninth chord, but feels funny. I don't know.
I wonder, I feel maybe, is that, you have G9 plus 5. And
no, G minor, it's a G9 with no 5 in it.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
oh, that's what you mean. Okay, yeah.
I wonder.
So
if
is it B
it's
naturally
a
B flat
typo.
right there?
I wonder if it's a typo, Donna, let me play it with the tenor on a C and just listen to this, okay? Oh. Oh, no, that changed another note. But I think it's, rethink that chord, okay?
Okay, is this supposed to be a B natural or a B flat for the tenor,
B.
right? On true.
The naturals, what I thought it was.
Okay, so then that's not a G9. Wait, GB,
It's not a G, it's,
GB, oh, okay. I was thinking that was,
GBDFA.
yes,
That's a
I'm
G9.
sorry. Yeah, you're right. I was thinking that was the 7th, and I was like, wait
does
a minute.
every,
Oh, I got mixed up.
does everybody see that on Truly, what she has is an F, G, A, B? Do you see that?
Yeah.
It's one,
Mhm.
1, 2, 3, 4. That will never make a chord.
Well, it does make a chord because you have G, GB, GB. Oh, the D is missing. F, A. Yeah. It does make a ninth chord. G, B, T, G, B, D, F, A. Yeah, that's a ninth chord. But I think it's the voicing that makes it sound. Yeah.
F, G, A, B flat. That's the
But
No,
one.
it's
it's a B natural.
B natural.
Oh yeah, B natural. F, G, A, B.
Yeah. So you got.
No,
The G is holding.
there has to be a D in there.
It's a G9 chord. You can leave out the
You,
5.
you can leave out the 5. Yeah. And the root is already there. So if you're, because the lead is on the root of the chord, so you'd have to leave out the 5 if you're using a G9 chord. But I think there might be a different solution that might be stronger. We got, let's see.
Okay, we'll move on from there, but I think if we have to, if you look at the bass
Yeah.
and the lead.
Wouldn't tuning that be really hard?
Yeah, and then
Yes.
add the baritone with that. And then add the tenor. I'm sorry, that is not a chord that we can sing. That's all.
It's
But the only
technically,
one that moves is the bass. Everybody else stays on their note.
I
That's
know, but
true.
yeah. That's what I said. The bass can't go to the A. The bass would have to come back up to another D. Or the whole chord. But if the lead stays on the G, I'm just saying, rethink that, Donna. Come up with another thing, because that's a this can't be sung. Do you see what I mean?
Okay.
So
It's, I get the idea, and I like, what I wanted to say is, I like your idea, blessing, truly, no one, but
yes,
that
that's
chord
cool.
won't work. So I know you'll come up with a good one, but no one knows, darling. I loved your darling.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, even though that's technically a G9 chord, because of the voicing of it so close together, it would be hard for everyone to stay on their notes and tune that. And I think you could come up with still using the truly and do a different chord in there, like blessing truly no one or something, or yeah. See
Okay.
what you can come up with, because that's very creative. So your brain is thinking the right things. Yes. So
Okay.
your barbershop ear has to sharpen up, and that will help that. Yeah. Good work, Donna.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm so pleased. Yeah, cool.
Am I right in saying that? So if you're moving from a 7 to a 9 to add sort of novel flavor in the chord, and the
Mhm.
lead's not on 9,
Uh-huh.
then tenors and barries are used to navigating that space, but it's
Mhm.
not the position in a chord that basses are used to navigating, particularly with an interval jump. Is that right? In terms of it wouldn't be inappropriate to have a G9 there, but it's the barries and the tenors that are used to traversing that tuning space. Is that right?
Yeah. Now that is the bass line is a typical bass line because it's just moving from, yeah.
But if they remain tonic position in a chord or fifth, it's
I
a
see.
logical jump. But to jump to the position of being ninth in a chord would be trickier for the basses because
Yes.
it's not where they're used to sitting in a chord. Is that
Right.
right? Whereas the barries and the tenors are used to sitting on thirds, sevens, and nines.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You're,
Okay.
Emily, that makes a very good point, and that's probably one of the big problems with this thing is that you took the
Yeah.
bass tonic and put it on the ninth.
Yeah.
But even so, a lead and a bass, that just, a major ninth, a major seventh like that just isn't gonna be very helpful for tuning anything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Donna, do me a favor. Walk around the house and just
Okay.
saying blessing truly no one, just think that in your head with different kinds of harmonies, because you'd be amazed that, I come up with the weirdest things in the middle of the night, get up to go to the bathroom and go, oh my God, I gotta go, because I think of something. But try that, maybe it'll work, maybe not. But try
Okay.
that, go around singing it for a while, because blessing truly no one is so creative. And just see what kind of chords could fit in there. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll play with it.
Good job. Okay,
Yes. Okay.
So
So
we got-
who else?
we have Liz, Elizabeth. Yep.
Okay. Either one. Yeah. Let's do.
Okay.
I'm just eating, meeny, miny, mo. There's Elizabeth.
Might I ask a question about when
Sure.
we do embellishments? I was under the impression that it's frowned upon to throw in our own words that aren't already in the lyrics, like the truly.
Oh,
I've been told before not to throw in like a word that's not already in the music, that you want to do an echo that's already in there. Not so or so?
well, it depends on, what the wording is. I mean, blessing truly no one knows. That makes lyrical sense to me. So
Mhm.
that would be okay in my ears. I don't know. But sometimes you want to try to do, it depends where you are in the embellishment, because this truly in here is not at the end of the phrase, the musical phrase. Okay. So to me, that's kind of okay, because that makes lyrical sense. And but it doesn't rhyme with blessing, it's something different. But because we're not at the nose part,
Mm.
it makes sense to me. I don't know, Judy, you're better at that lyrical stuff. Tell us
I don't
what
think
you
it's
think.
wrong. I think it's not maybe blessing. You've got an ing and a truly.
Yeah, that part doesn't go.
Basically aren't gonna be very good for each other, I think. But it's not that the word is wrong. It's just if the word doesn't enhance what's already being held. Blessing,
Ah,
blessing, blessing truly no one knows. Might be a little confusing in there, but I think I want to encourage everybody to come up with things that
yeah.
can work, and then
Try
see,
it. Yeah.
try it, and then we'll see and take a look. And if you're going to listen to it, blessing, bless me, heaven bless me. What a blessing! What a blessing! No one knows, truly knows.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah, that would be
say,
better.
maybe as a little passing tone, save it, because what a blessing, no one, what a blessing, truly no one, what a blessing, no one knows, truly knows, or something,
Ah, that would work.
maybe that's a concept to take someplace else, I don't know. But I think
Or yes, or come up, the lead's going blessing. Maybe the other three parts would go blessing no one, while you could have the three parts doing quarter notes, blessing no one, while the lead goes blessing no one. That's a way to do something like that too. But yeah, putting the truly over on the nose, truly knows, makes more musical sense and helps keeps them on the
And that's a
same
point too.
vowel.
If you're choosing to use a chord that's already difficult to tune, you don't want to have people singing different vowels, because that makes
Right.
it
That makes it even
even
harder.
harder.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so play
And the
around with
other
that.
thing-
Yeah.
the other thing we might have on that would be, sometimes we may call that over arranging.
Ah,
you know, because it's unnecessary. Bless me, what a blessing. No one, here's the opportunity to put in your embellishments. No one knows, da 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 da, because we have beats to go on to carry through instead of holding that. But blessing, no one knows, kind of takes care of itself, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Do you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If
Yeah, and
blessing truly
how do
no
you,
one
you
knows,
know, how do
it
you,
kind of interferes.
how do you know that? I mean, how do you know that it takes care of itself? How do you know to not put something in there, Judy?
That's what I was just saying, because you'd say, when you caressed me, 'twas then heaven blessed me. What a blessing, no one knows.
Oh,
Da,
when
da,
you
da,
speak
da,
it,
da,
huh?
da. That's where the
Ah,
opportunity
okay.
is. When you're
Gotcha.
holding something that
Mhm.
that needs, if we just hold nose, and she's got no O's, darling,
Ah,
that's the opportunity. The other opportunity is on Rose, and everybody did something
oh, yeah, okay,
beautiful
gotcha.
with Rose. But in the middle of the message, when you caressed me, 'twas then heaven blessed me. What a blessing, no one knows. What a blessing, truly no one knows. Just kind of was unnecessary. It's not bad.
Gotcha.
It's just perhaps
That
maybe
makes
not the
sense.
best choice. Just
That
saying.
makes sense. Play
Yeah.
around with that then. I'm
Look
excited to
for
see
your
what you come up with.
opportunities for
Yeah,
embellishments is what I'm saying.
yeah.
Okay. So let's take a
Yay.
look.
Do, do you mind if I add something in there? Because I went to a gospel masterclass recently, and it was really fascinating because it was talking about this and how much we've brought over from American spirituals and gospel into
Ah,
barbershop. And one of the concepts they were talking about was the difference between echo with elaboration, and a true call and response. And I feel
Ah.
like it's relevant here because you've got the option to do all of them, but there are different opportunities depending on the sort of the lyrics and the sentiment and how much space you've got for the embellishment. But
Mhm.
say up on bar 7-8, there would be a difference between "Wore a big red rose," true echo, the other parts say "big red rose," versus
Uh-huh.
echo with elaboration, which would be "big red rose," the other parts go "that's scarlet rose," versus a call and response, "big red rose," and the other parts go "that rose you chose." So that it's
Ah.
actually having a conversation. And in barbershop, as long as there's space for it, it makes lyric sense as a conversational thing. None of them are wrong, but it's a different choice as to whether it's just a true echo in the other parts or whether they're actually having a conversation with the melody line.
Yes, but every time you said that though, the word was the same vowel sound by
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
end of that phrase. Yeah. And that's an important thing too. Yeah.
Emily, you call it the echo and the whatever and the call and response. What was the second one?
Oh, I can't remember the term they used, but it was something like an echo with elaboration.
Oh, an echo with elaboration. Yeah.
Something like that. I've paraphrased it terribly, versus a true call and response. And I thought that was really interesting. And then I think the other embellishment I've seen a lot in barbershop is actually, it's nothing to do with an echo of the lyrics in that phrase. It's actually a lyric driver into the next phrase, as
Yes.
Donna's used in bar 8 with "I know that."
I
So
love it.
none
Yeah.
of them are incorrect, and it's not incorrect to add additions as long as it makes sense conversationally.
Yes. Yes.
I thought it was great. When you first mentioned the gospel, I was very interested in that. What was that you went to, Emily?
It was actually part of the Sweet Ads Australia Festival. They had as keynote speakers a group called Gospel Collective, who were talking about the African American spiritual gospel and jazz, and pulling
Oh,
across concepts that would be helpful in barbershop, because of course the origins of all the art forms are really
right.
similar.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And it
Oh,
was
that's awesome.
fascinating.
That's
You know, I
neat.
was thinking when you said that, I thought, what a cool deal to be, what a blessing. No one knows. Hallelujah. Ba da 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 da. Sorry. That was completely off the mark. Sorry about that. Okay. Let's go on to
Well done. Yes.
Another thing I note as I'm working on these excerpts of the
Uh-huh.
songs, I'm also struggling a little bit with the fact that it is just an excerpt. And so if it were further into the song, or the second time that the chorus is being sung, I would do something different.
Mhm.
You know, I might choose maybe not to have such an elaborate or simple an embellishment at that particular point in the song.
Uh-huh. This is a really short song, so it's hard to, well, of course you would
Yes.
do a key change and then do something fancier. Yes, I get you. Yeah. So
you would do that in theory, you would do that for sure, but as long as we're just looking at a little part of it, hey, go for it. You know,
yeah.
in real life, you would probably wait to do some of this, but if you got a shot at it and we can take a look at it, that's good. Are we doing it,
yeah.
Okay.
Elizabeth? Is that what we're doing? Did you say?
What'd you say? What did you
Did
just
you say Elizabeth? Is that where we were?
Yeah, that's where we're, yeah. We were
Yeah.
gonna go to Elizabeth's now, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's do this one. No, let's see, it's covering up my, there we go. Some of the notes aren't playing, it's not your fault. For some reason, and I edited it a zillion times, some of the notes weren't playing, and it wasn't because we didn't
know.
write it correctly. It just for some
Oh.
reason didn't play. So anyway,
Let me play it, okay?
yeah.
That's odd.
Yeah, that is. I'm sorry. I want to see, my fingers are playing. Sometimes my fingers do the walking and I didn't want them to walk there, so. Um, So Elizabeth, that's a fine thing. We've already covered most of the points of things, but something you did on when you caressed me, that which is really sounds cool. I think it's going to be a little hard to sing. What do you think?
Because of the octave?
But yeah, well, you had. That's what, sorry, this is the baritone of the lead.
Ah,
I think that's going to be hard for that baritone to find that note because of the cross relationship. Because the lead sing when you come, and the baritone was going when you come, right? Plus, which it's a whole step away from the lead on rest, and it went from an A to an A flat. Do you see that? I think we would try not.
Oh,
Do you see that?
oh, it's a cross relationship, isn't
right
it?
there.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what I'm
there
saying.
you go.
So I'm
Ah,
saying
yeah,
when
yeah.
you caress, I'm gonna.
I see. Yes.
Yeah. So that's why I think that's the biggest
It'll be
problem.
hard to, yeah.
And
Right.
and then
There were lots of places where you added the dominant seventh, which was great, but sometimes it's better to just do the regular triad on the first beat of the measure and then add the seventh later. So I think right there, if
Okay.
you would have just done a regular B flat for
Okay.
rest, and then, you know, add the seventh later. Rest me, add it on, yeah.
mhm.
Mhm.
So that might have solved, that's one way to solve that problem.
Okay.
So
I think that
when
was
you listen to that, did that sound kind of funky to you in that spot?
You mean the full chords?
Yeah,
Is that
when
what you
you
mean?
listen to the grand scheme of things on when you caress me 'twas.
Do you mean moving from the major seven to the seventh chord? Is that what you mean?
Yes, I'm
That-
thinking of
that
the
right there?
harmonic progression that's going through there. Did it, like when I listen to that and you have spots that it's so smooth and it makes harmonic sense. And then when we got there, it kind of jolted me.
It is a little jolt. Yes, it is. You're right.
So did you notice that it was a little jolting there? in the
I
grand.
did, but I wanted another seventh in there.
Okay, I see.
Because I wanted to make it very barbershoppy.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So
I
when
did
you,
notice that you put the seventh in on measure sixth, and everybody else kept the B flat, and I heard that seventh when you did. I thought, and again, the B flat, did everybody else did is fine?
wait, stop. Where are you talking about? Caress me?
5 and 6.
5 and
wore a
6.
big red rose.
Okay,
You used the
now,
seventh there, and I thought that was a nice thing, and I would just have, the only thing I would have done would have been left the bleed or the base. Leave the base on the big red rose, and then go to the tonic on the F. But putting the seventh in there, I think you hear a lot of sevenths. That's what I hear from your whole thing. You love
Yeah.
sevenths, and I do too. and
that's
I'm-
good. That's good that you hear that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good, but I'm just saying
But-
that particular thing, keep the note that's changing is into the seventh, so let the rest of the chords stay strong with the bass on the tonic while you're doing the seventh. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Ah,
So you have,
say that
Not
again.
exactly. I'm sorry, not exactly. I don't think I understand exactly what
okay,
you're
so
saying.
let me
Judy.
just play Big Red. Now let me play it this way. If you
Okay,
leave
so are you saying I probably should have left bass on the root?
bass on
For
this,
red.
it has a foundation there. you
Right,
know?
okay.
Yeah, and it's not wrong. I'm just saying, listen to the strength of it. Kind of takes away from the coolness of the seventh if you move the bass down when the bass is stronger, when it waits till the downbeat of the rose.
Say that again.
Okay, so here's the B flat on big, and here's the seventh, it's strong, and then it leads to the big old tonic, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it sounds very powerful. We sort of took away from the, I don't know.
Gave it away too soon.
Yeah, you gave it away too soon, which is gonna say up at the top that you also gave it away a little soon with your sevenths coming in there, where in the very first part, yeah, you wore a tulip, a sweet, go up a little higher, Jean. A
Yeah, right
sweet,
here.
yes. See your sevenths, you've already got seventh there. So if you got if you waited for tulip to go to the seventh, it would have been stronger.
Okay.
You know, the sevenths are coolest if we surround them by more triads, more, you know.
Yeah, that's good.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That's what I hear from your whole thing. Like
Mhm.
when you caressed down at measure 10,
Mhm.
you just sort of gave us the seventh too soon, you know?
Yes.
So, and then again on blessed me, you have measure 12. And that's very cool. And you have a very cool blessing.
Yeah.
What a blessing. Blessing no one knows. Yeah. I just think if you just want to, maybe you hear the seventh, just maybe sometimes wait till you can get to a place where it's going to be more appropriate
More
than
effective.
too soon. Yeah, but really good stuff.
So when you after you get all finished with your arrangement and you play it or listen to it, if you find a spot that's a little bit jolting, then go study that spot and say, why does that feel jolting, or what can I do to make it sound smoother there? You know, and a rule about the sevenths, yeah. If there are lots of times you can throw in a seventh, but if you throw it in on the first beat of the measure, that doesn't always it's not always as effective as if you do it a little bit later in the measure. If the whole measure is all F chords, and then you put the F7th at the end of that to go into the next thing. So your idea of using barbershop sevenths is good, but try not to do it. Try practicing not doing it on the first beat of the measure. And there'll be times that you can throw it in, but try that when you're doing stuff and see what happens.
Liz,
Okay.
mention one
So-
other thing to you on your blessed me at measure 12. That if you went, if you're, it's, you need to come back to the tonic somehow, but listen to this. If you don't have anybody in the bass clef sing on bless, let me play it again. A blessing, and they come in on your second beat, a blessing. So you have a duet, lead tenor duet on bless, and then sing a blessing no one knows.
Are you talking like a duet there?
Yeah, I'm talking about nobody in the bass clef sings on bless.
Yeah.
What a bless. So just, could you give them like a rest on bless? On,
Yeah, I think that's a cool idea.
yeah, I'm just trying to, yeah, open up some. So if you go, what a bless, can you do that, Jean? Or can you do that?
Yeah. What you want to rest here
Bass
for
and the baritone, a rest
rest.
on bless.
on just on bless. Okay.
Yeah, just
I-
on that note. And then they would sing
A
a
blessing.
blessing on the D. Instead of blessing,
a
blessing, which sounds kind of funny.
Yeah.
What a blessing, no. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
What a do you hear it?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What
Yeah.
a blessing no one knows. Because it's just a repeated note for them anyway, so it gives a little sunshine to the basses, or tenors leads.
So then would we have the leads and the tenors join them on the second half of that word at the end?
No, they hold it. What a blessing. So they get their
Okay.
blessing, and the
They'll all
others
get to the ing at the same time. Yeah.
yes. Blessing no one, right? Mhm.
Uh-huh. Okay, but they all sing the ing at the same time, right? With that last eighth note?
No, they'll all end on ing, but
Yeah, the lead and the tenor are just holding
Blessing.
blessing no one, and the others
ing
are going
blessing.
a blessing no one. See?
Okay. Yes, I see. Okay.
There we go.
It just a thought of something to just, yeah, something to clean it up a little bit.
And
Okay,
the whole idea is when you get to the last chord in that measure, they're all on ing, right? So that's why that would work. Yeah. Cool. Yay.
Okay,
okay.
I have a question about something you just said, Jean, a little bit ago. You were saying, don't bring people in at the pickup to a measure on a 7 chord ordinarily.
I don't think I said it that way. Wait, say it again. If that's what I said, I don't want to get you confused. Say it again.
Well, I understood you to say that the note before the measure starts shouldn't be a 7th chord.
No, I was saying don't start the downbeat of a measure with a 7th chord.
Yeah.
If
okay.
if the harmony, if the implied harmony,
Okay, all right. All right, okay, because I
it
thought that didn't sound
says-
right to me.
yeah. So if I
Okay.
said it that way, oh, I'm so glad you asked because I don't want you to be confused. So
Okay.
yeah, if the implied harmony is just a triad or just a major chord on the first beat of the measure, then don't put a 7th on the first beat of the measure. Save it for later for more
Okay.
barbershop
Okay, all
flavor.
right, good.
Yeah. Oh, that rhymes. Later for barbershop flavor.
Okay.
Oh,
Good, you got lots of good things going there, Elizabeth. Excellent. Let's do Liz's.
okay.
You.
Let's see. There
She's
it
been so
is.
patient.
Yay. So I have a question for you. because I didn't notice until I combined some things. This song, the arrangement that they gave you was in 2/4, and I see you did it in 4/4.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
It was like,
Yeah, I did it. I did it in 4/4 because I hate 2/4.
did you do that? What was your
There you
reasoning
go.
on that? Wait a minute.
Like, yeah,
Who can argue with that, Liz? I'm saying.
I missed what you said because it broke up. Say it again. What did you say?
I said I hate 2/4.
Oh, there you go.
That's so
Oh,
great.
there you go. Oh, that's funny. So
I
you
think
were.
I just hate writing in 2/4 because
Oh,
I don't ever do it very often. And so to make it clearer for myself, because to
Oh.
me, and that's probably because I'm illiterate, it doesn't make any difference to what comes out at the end. It's just written differently.
yeah.
But but when I look at 2/4, I don't know, it just looks like it's half done.
Oh, that's funny. So when you look at this in 4/4, do you think of it as in cut time, or do you think of it in 4/4?
I think of it in 4/4.
Oh, interesting. Wow. Okay.
Okay,
And
let's
that's
play. You did it. You did some really cool stuff with your 7 and 8. I loved it. Okay, let's hear it.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Hey. So just a little lyrical thing. You type, even though there's a going to a new chord on nose, you would still just type KNOWS over here and put a extension, instead of going
oh,
nose.
okay.
No, like you did it up here. See, up here you had the whole word and then you had a line. That's what you
Yeah.
would do here. You would do the whole word and
Yeah.
then have a line. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that. Yep.
Okay, so Liz, cool stuff here. Let's just talk about measure 3 for just a minute. That sweet yellow. Do you see what you did there?
Yep.
Yeah, I figured that was either a typo or something, but that you needed the F in there, right?
The F.
Where are
This-
you talking about? Sweet
I'm
yellow?
talking on measure. Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at mine and you have numbers up here and I didn't have them on my sheet. Oh, I
Oh,
remembered. Oh, that's right. Because yours starts with a pickup. I renumbered
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
talk about that. Yeah.
And that's only because in my original thing, I had music before it.
Oh,
And
okay.
then, and so I had to erase that, but then I couldn't make it just a pickup bar. And so that's why my bar numbers are out. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't work out on MuseScore how to change that.
Got it.
So
Okay.
So, but you
That's
are
why.
aware, really, measure 1 is right here.
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's why.
Well,
I
anyway,
get mixed
so
up.
her
Okay.
measure 4, I'm sorry, I
Okay.
confused us. So on the sweet, yeah, so on the big downbeat of the chord on sweet, what it needs to have a double of the root, don't you think?
Oh, yeah, that's weird. It's not.
Yeah, I figured that was just kind of an oversight. So yeah, your sweet yeah on sweet yeah, and then it plays fine. The whole rest of it plays fine. Sweet yellow, tulip. Yep.
Oh, this one needs it too, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. That one
Yeah.
needs it too. And then, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's
And
weird.
then-
I don't know why, but that.
Yeah, I figured it was just, it's kind of one of those, it's like going, oh, huh? Okay, tulip and
And
I-
yellow, there should be one L over here. It would be YEL hyphen LOW. You separate the L's, right? I didn't look on others. Are there others like that?
So is there definite rules in that? Because like if I'm looking at a chorus, looking at it, I don't want to put the L on the first one because I don't want them to close down their vowel till they
Right.
get to the second one. And so that's why I don't like to put the consonant
Right.
on the first note.
Gotcha. But in the lyrical world, in writing the music, the L has to
Yeah,
be.
well,
Then you
that's
tell
a
the
real,
chorus, take your pencil and cross off that first L.
yeah, that's a real pet hate for me because it just visually says close down the chord and
Yeah.
I close down the
I'm
vowel
totally-
and I
I'm
don't like
totally
it.
with you, Liz. What I do with things like that, and my chorus has always learned to sing, that it's a Y-E-H. That's what I would put with one
Yeah.
L. Yellow, because if you add an
Yeah.
H after everything, you're gonna hold it sweet yellow tulip. So
Yeah.
I add an H, so I'm with you. I would, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know everything like that, but
Yeah,
okay,
but
so,
yeah,
and I
because
want,
we're learning how to write barbershop arrangements, and the manuscript is part of your score too. So they would
Yeah, right.
expect you to divide the syllables correctly. So that's why I'm just bringing that up. And so
I
right now
agree,
here
but
we're
I would
blessing.
think that because it's barbershop
Yeah,
and we all know about the vowels and the problem with writing things there that will make us do the wrong thing, if it's specifically for barbershop,
yeah,
I feel like that's something that needs to change because it's such an obvious, it's an obvious bad habit. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, just,
See, blessing doing the same.
anyway.
I'm
But
I'm
if we
all with
want
you
to
on
be
that.
recognized in the musical world, then we need to
Yeah.
follow the musical rules that everyone else does in all the other
Yeah.
genres. So that's the reason for that. Yeah.
But you are so, but you know what? What you do, like particularly for your course or for something like that, you will sing blessing when you do it that way. I'm all down with that. And I know that I can be drummed out of the thing, but you're exactly right.
Yeah.
Blessing, because if you sing blessing, they're gonna sing blessing. So
Mhm.
I'm with you there. I would put an H after that E also. Okay,
Good.
so one other thing about your sweet yellow too. If you
Yeah.
go sweet yellow, it wants to go to the 7th there, doesn't it, Liz? I think that's stronger than,
Oh yeah. So there you go, Elizabeth. We're getting you mixed up already because there's a spot you can put the 7th on the first beat of the measure. Oh no.
Okay.
We just
So,
broke the
well,
rule.
is-
Just broke the rule.
Is that
well,
because it's
it just-
preceded
if
by
it
the
leads,
7th?
if it leads into it, that you hear it, sweet yellow, it kind of wants the sweet yellow tulip. The baritone line is a sweet yellow tulip. See, right away, we already hear a problem for the baritone, sweet yellow tulip, but sweet yellow tulip makes a stronger line for the voice leading, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And the bass is sweet, sweet yellow tulip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
we're gonna.
that just, it's not wrong, but I think it's stronger to think about having a nice singable baritone line right there that will make it a stronger thing. Okay.
Yep.
So, and again, on your big red, and on your rose, I just want to say, way to go, girlfriend. I think that is so cool. And I think the only thing that I would do with that is not change your red chord. Big red rose. You got big red. Keep it a closed voice when you're going to go to one single thing. You see what I'm saying? If you keep the same chord instead of it, we lost some of the flavor of the B flat when that bass went down to the F.
You mean here on this red up
Yes,
here?
yes, yes. I'm sorry, that red.
Oh.
So if you keep it, because then see with the bass line on your B flat to B flat, you had big red rose. You see what I mean? You follow it right up.
Oh, yeah, I've got a note on here why did I put it on the F and I've got no idea.
But and that's what I'm saying. If you kept that B flat on the
Yeah.
red, big red rose, then it
Yeah.
followed beautifully. and the baritones, big, big red, red rose. Everything flows very nicely there.
Yeah, I agree. I
That's
don't-
very, very nice. I love that much. That was great.
I even hear a seventh right there. Big red. But
Well,
then
and she could, but either
yeah,
way.
either way, because you're
Yeah.
on a single note here. Yeah.
And-
And once again, you know, like you, and I get why you did that now, but you need to write the whole word rose over here with a word extension. Rose,
Okay.
roses. Yeah. Ah, very cute, very cute.
Okay, so when you caress me, and once again, you have a problem that I think it was Donna or Elizabeth did with their caressed me. 'Twas, and you got that. So here's what we have. You have when you. That's your bass and your lead. That's gonna be really
Yeah.
fun there, okay? They're not gonna like each other much.
Yeah.
But whatever that chord is.
Yeah.
That's not working really well either. But whatever, that needs to go someplace besides to caress me, 'twas then, because look at your 'twas. Then you have
Oh,
really awkward.
yeah.
When you caress me, 'twas then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm,
So
yeah.
fix that chord.
Yeah.
How do you like that? Fix that
Yeah.
chord, Liz.
Yeah.
Then heaven bless me. Then you have really nice. Now, I
That was
would
cool.
never have heard of that harmony, but I love it.
Yeah. Well done.
So I just love that. It's so great. Oh, now I have a thought for you on your
Okay,
note.
what are you talking about?
Oh,
I don't know,
right
even know where
here.
you are.
What
On
a
12 and her 13 and 14, she goes. I didn't play it right. I'm sorry.
this what a blessing. Yeah.
Oh, I played the note that I wanted to hear. So blessing, if the baritones are on an F natural, okay. You have,
Oh, this would be better off as a G7. Yeah.
yeah. So if the baritones are on an F,
Yeah.
so the baritones, bless me, what a blessing. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. And then
Yep.
that is really nice with your little with your contrary motion there. Bless me, what a blessing. I just thought that was very, very nice. No one. It just briefly, if we could, Liz, where you have, let me play what you have. I don't know what that last O's thing is, but let me play something for you, okay?
Oh,
So if you if you go to the 7th on the nose, sorry. No one knows, or you have no one knows, but I don't know what the last chord is supposed to be, but it's a little weak in it. Keeping some tension as you go through that instead of
what did I
just,
do?
you know, see, you have, but, or yeah,
Yeah.
just experiment a little bit with maybe keeping some tension in a couple of parts instead of everything moving. I think all of you want everything to move always while the lead holds. Let's think about maybe having 2 parts holding and 2 parts moving, or 3 parts holding and 1 part moving. Do you see what I mean? If it goes, blessing, no, no, one knows, but no, no, two parts holding instead of, right? Just think about having 2 or 3 parts hold and 1 part move or 2 part move to vary it up a little bit. Because I see that as a thing that you all are doing is like one holds and everybody else moves. So we'll get more sound out of it if sometimes you need everything, but if there's an obvious place that we have 2 parts holding or 3 parts holding and 1 move. Okay, no, I beat that to death. Okay.
May I ask a question, please?
Yeah, dear.
Sure.
Okay, back in measure 13 there, where Liz has used her augmented chord,
Mhm.
perhaps I've misunderstood something, but I thought I heard that that augmented chords are supposed to be used when the melody is the augmented tone. And
Yep.
here the melody is the third. And
Mhm.
although I love it, I love how it sounds. So there are exceptions to that rule then?
Well, yeah, I guess, yeah. It really is an inappropriate way to use an augmented chord, but it works there, because of the voice leading, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, because normally you would want to not use an augmented chord. We might be able to do that same kind of flavoring by using a different chord and not the augmented chord there.
Because
Maybe
I've written down here, because you talked about this chord when you were going
Yeah.
through other people's, and I've written down here that it
Yeah.
should be a D7.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But sometimes you come up with something like this and it's like going, oh, that's yummy. And what was that? And it's like, we don't really care. It's a good chord. The whole thing moves. Here's what happens with that chord. The
I would
bass
do this for
blessing, what a blessing. So
Yeah.
the basses are good. Da-da-da-da-da-da, that's good. Da-da-da,
what
that's
up?
good. Yeah.
That's what I would do.
So everything works, and because it's contrary motion, it's a passing tone. It's not like we held it for something. It's a passing tone, and a passing tone can work very nicely for that. It's
Yeah.
very entrepreneurial. If you look at measure 10, I didn't even mention it because we've already talked about it. When you rest me, that's the augmented chord that was perhaps better to have that other chord, right? That B flat
Yeah,
7.
B flat major 7.
But
Yeah.
that's a chord that it sticks out, doesn't it? But this other one that you did here, it flows. So if it flows, good.
Yeah. If it flows, you can get by with it.
It has
Yeah.
it's a moving thing, but that when you caress me, it's like that one kind of goes like, that didn't sound quite right, did it? It's not bad, but there are better choices. In this case, you've come up with something that is really novel and really cool.
Yeah.
And so if you get marked down, and I'm telling them to call me,
Watch out! Watch out!
what and they'll say who? Okay.
Yeah. So you can probably have that same feeling without using the augmented chord. Yeah.
But I as a general
But
rule,
that's really
isn't it,
cool, though.
you
Yeah.
know, I don't know if you guys have heard me say this, but years and years ago when I was at back in the old IMAP, when I was an approved arranger, which went away, etc. But Sylvia Alsbury stood in front of the class and she's going, never, never, never put the bass on a 7. Never, never, never put the bass on a 7. And it's like, and I'm like, and I was in fear and peril that someone would come and take my children away if I put the bass on a 7. And there were days I wish they would. No, but anyway, but that is the general thing is that's not a good idea, or the bass on a 3rd. But there
Yeah.
are times
When
when
it
it's going to
works,
work. And if you come up with something that I think is really pretty much brilliant,
Yeah.
I love this, then let's let it flow. I mean, as a general rule, as we saw in when you caressed me, that augmented chord is perhaps a better choice is available. In
Yeah.
this
Mm.
case,
That's like, I hated it when they always said to me, you have to learn the rules before you break the rules. And I always would
Yeah.
want to just choke them when they said that. But that's kind of one of those deals. You know, the rule is you shouldn't use that, but there's a place where you can break the rule because it works.
let's
you
go
know.
ahead and look at excellent, good, great work there. Let's take a look at Abigail's, even though she's not with us. I know she's going to be watching. She's going to go, did you guys forget me?
Yeah, yeah.
Girl. But
Okay.
let's listen to it. We've answered a lot of these problems, these questions already, but let's listen to Abigail's. It's very nice. Okay, here.
Oh, wait, let's start again. Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to lead on to the
Sounds
next
like she had a
thing.
key change in mind there, doesn't it? At the very end, and I'm like, oh my goodness, where did it go? Now
Okay,
we,
so in listening to this, were there places that jolted your ear? Or were there places that you didn't expect that to be the harmony for that spot? Because that makes me go, ooh, ooh. Did you have any places like that when you were listening to that? Yes, no? Who cares? I don't know what you're thinking.
It's pretty quiet. It's pretty hard to hear.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm glad you
Mm.
said that. We can fix that. Let's see. There we go. Let's see if that helps it some.
let me play it. There's a note being consistently left out.
Oh, that got left
Yeah,
out again.
there's only 3 notes playing.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Let me play it, okay?
Okay.
Sorry.
All right. So were there places that jolted you at all? Or I don't know if jolt is the right word, but it just makes you go like, oh, something was different there? Yes, no?
I did notice that A minor more than I did last time.
Ah, good, good.
This
I
isn't
think
to
it's the
when you
voicing
were
of the
up.
D minor 7.
Interesting, isn't it?
Right.
The D minor 7 there. I think it's the voicing that's kind of different.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. With the 5th and the bass there, it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, that seemed like the bass needed to stay down, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, and what's I'll go. You do have, it's a 7th chord, so you have to have all 4 notes. Yeah, but yeah, I would switch that too, because it would be more comfortable to our ears, and for the singers to just stay on the F across there, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think a 7th. I don't think we have anybody had a 7th. Did we have a 7th on that?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I think it was just a regular minor chord, right?
Yeah, I think that
Yeah.
everybody else had like that.
Yeah.
Well, no, there's a D minor 7th. There's a D minor F. There's a D minor and an F6. I guess there's a whole bunch of different things, huh?
Oh,
I
yeah.
had a D minor 7 there, but I had the 3rd in the bass. I kept the F in the bass.
Yeah, yeah. And that might work, you know. But I think the better choice would be just a regular D minor chord, where you don't
Yeah.
really need a 7th chord there. Yeah.
Okay, so Abigail, then you went up to this. And so we have this more than an octave between the tenor and or between the bass and the baritone. So it seems like it might be a better choice to switch the baritone and the tenor, right? On Tulip.
You were a tulip. Okay, so is this okay now on Eudora?
I didn't know. You know, it's
I need an A in there
C,
somewhere.
C to A on tenor.
And so we need an A in this chord. Should it be
The tenor needs to
baritone?
move from C down to A.
to stay on the A. Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
The first you were is fine, yeah, but, and again, she
That's
used the
what it
seventh to begin with, which was good. And, so, and then the tulip, I think the stronger voicing would be to switch the tenor and the baritone, right? Because,
Yes, because now you
all
have
of a
parallel fifths.
yeah, all of a
right?
sudden,
Yeah.
the
So
baritone,
on A, are you moving the baritone down to the D, or let's see, D, F?
So when you have just a regular minor chord and not a minor seventh chord, you could double anything. You could double any of the notes, but so we
Oh,
double
okay, so you're not trying to do a D minor 7 now, you're just doing a D minor.
right, doing the D.
Okay, okay.
And so doubling the F, here's a really good thing to always remember. I mean, it works most of the time. The implied harmony in this whole measure is an F chord, right? So even though we're doing a D minor chord here, which is which is doable, if you double the F, that helps the feeling of the F harmony in that measure. So that's a good thing to know for that. And then these two would be switched probably, right?
yeah, because we lose, you were a tulip, all of a sudden the baritone is above the lead, which makes
Yeah.
for a hollow sounding. There's a, you can hear the, is it? It's like, it didn't need to go there, did it?
They're doubling the tenor. They're on the same note as the tenor.
No,
No, that's not right either.
the
C.
Tulip, down here it should be a C, huh?
the baritone is a C.
Yeah, I just noticed.
No, I'm saying, but the way it was, she was on the same note with the tenor.
Yeah, but.
Yeah, because I hadn't switched
You
it
can
yet.
see when you look at that's a better configuration for the chord we want to see, not the
Right.
chord where there's an octave and a third between the bass and the baritone. That's
Right.
almost, I mean, there may be an occasion of that we had on some of those nice things like Heaven Bless Me with Blessing, where we had between the tenor and the, this one. But not on the whole tulip thing. Okay, a sweet yellow tulip and yellow. And once again, Abby, I don't know why you went to tulip on a sweet yellow tulip, sweet yellow. It's hard when she's not here to
Sweet
ask questions.
yellow tulip. Yeah, it would work better to go sweet yellow tulip. Yeah.
Again, I think if the baritone and the lead were, a baritone and the tenor were switched,
Yep.
it's a common thing to do. Move the bass down to
We
the C.
need the C on there, right? Oops, get
Yeah.
in the way. There.
Mhm. Now, some of people went to tulip to an F7, and some waited till we got to the and. Tulip and. So there's not a right or a wrong. It's whatever your ear tells you.
Right.
Most people went on the 7th on the tulip. Yeah.
Yeah, and I had the F and you told me I should have gone to the 7th there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
and you could.
Yeah,
That's what I say, it can go either way. I think it's what led into yours, maybe that I said that, was, um, yes, and it's not a right or a wrong, but it can, that's what I'm just saying, it can go either way. What this seems to me that it wants to go there. It seems
Yeah.
for
You
single,
want to do a 7 here. Is that what you're
but I
saying?
was trying to fix what she did on the 2, which was this chord, big chord again. So
Right.
just to bring the voicing down from what we had before. So I wore a big red O's.
Here's an opportunity for a 7th chord right there. Big red rose.
Right. And you know, some people did actually in the answer key, they kept it with a B flat. And some of you did.
Yeah.
Either one is fine.
Yeah.
It's what sounds best to you. And move it up a little bit. Jean, what you got? So rose and when. Now, I would, in general, if we're going to start this, ladies, it wants to go to the 7th, doesn't it?
Yes.
Take it back to the tonic. We haven't really accomplished much, have we?
Right. That's a
And that's
perfect
in general.
barbershop swipe. Yeah.
Most, all of us have done that, not just Abby, but I've heard this. But make it go somewhere, so. And then, and when you caress me. And, and when is there. So.
Yeah. Or just leave out the O and just do and. Yeah.
Yeah, just the and would be good too. Now let's look at measure 9, the when. Abby has. Now, we have made the 5th on the bass, right? But what sticks out in this chord is this, isn't it? Do you
Yeah.
hear the octave? The biggest thing we hear in this chord is that, isn't it? We
Yeah.
don't hear a melody, do we? But when we hear this, now we can hear a melody. Do you hear what I'm saying? The voicing.
Can you say that again?
With the voicing with the bass down, clear down here on the F, the 5th
Oh,
down here.
Right.
And then this is what we hear. When
Oh,
that's the
okay.
dominant, you see what I mean? It is
Yeah, I
flat
understand.
chord. But if we move the F, the 5th up
Yeah.
here and get the bass on, then we hear a chord
Yeah.
that rings. Do you hear what I'm saying? This
Yep.
doesn't ring because all you hear is
Yeah.
You can't even find a melody in there, can we? But yeah, so I think it's stronger if at all possible to put that bass on the root at the start
Start of a measure.
the measure, unless you had another reason not to. You need to start hearing that it goes when you, so then we get creative. Now we have blessing. What is that chord?
G7.
So, what a blessing. There's a oh, she's got a whole octave here, doesn't she? That's kind of cool. It's kind of a little bit like your first one, isn't it, Emily? No one knows. And Emily came up with where she went right to that 7th instead of, we want to hear it, don't we? Yeah,
What are you talking about? Right here on no one?
yeah, I'm just saying, she went to the, she has C up there, but it's really a C7 is what she did. And it seems
Oh,
like
yeah.
that's where we want to hear it, isn't it? No
Yes.
one, this is the tension chord, isn't it?
Yeah.
Either here or here. It wants to go to the 7th. The
Mhm.
tension chords, we haven't talked about those for a while. I love the word tension chords. So much better than tension in the world, but tension chords are nice. So blessing no one knows. And okay, here's another opportunity. Could if I could just use Abby's thing here as an example of, she has on 15, she has, if she just held, let the tenor and the lead both hold the chord and let the other two parts. So, do you hear it? It feels
Yeah.
stronger, doesn't it? When
They
two
don't all
parts-
have to say words. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if we have two parts holding, two parts moving, I think that's a good example. The tenor doesn't need to change. Knows, knows, no one knows, and let the basses and the baritones play in the sandbox. So
Oh, it won't go.
Question?
Oh.
Yeah.
And it measured 10 on the word twas. Are you
Oh, yeah.
gonna leave that note
Yeah,
like it is?
you know, we didn't talk about that because that was addressed earlier, but what's
Okay.
missing with that chord? Is that Donna? Did you say that, or was that Elizabeth? I can't remember.
It was Donna, yes.
Yes, Donna. So what's missing in that chord on twas in 10?
Well, earlier you thought it should be a G flat 7
What do you
instead
think?
of,
Let's hear it.
sound good to me. Put the bass on the G flat.
It sounds like it's missing a part of its chord, isn't it? Does it need that?
Right.
This is the one that Gina and I talked about. So listen. Or it has, there's all kinds of variations on that theme that you can do with that chord because something can set it up. So, but definitely this chord needs something else, doesn't it? It just kind of hangs there like, yeah,
So this is a G, right?
putting the bass on the G helps it a lot, doesn't it? And when you caress me, 'twas then, the bass likes to go down to there. Someone else mentioned earlier that you could also keep the bass on the B flat and let the tenor have it. Either way, but it needs the 4th note,
Yeah.
a different note, right?
Right.
Okay. All right. Oh my goodness, we're late.
Yeah.
Any questions on any of this so far?
Wow. I think this was a really good session because we not only just looked at each person's arrangement, we're trying to train your ears a little bit and trying to have you open up and be creative and try whatever you want to try it, because then it's helpful to be able to say, oh yes, that was great, that was a good idea, or oh, that doesn't work there because, you know. So go ahead and try what you want to try. Yeah. So any questions about that?
Are we eventually
been
gonna
good.
come back and combine things or add intros and tags or stuff?
No,
or-
not to these.
Not to this
Not to
song, but
these,
we're
okay.
going to do it eventually to Down on the Farm. We will have a complete arrangement with intro and tag and Down on the Farm. Yeah.
Okay, so for this one, this next one, instead of redoing the whole thing, what we'd like to have you do is take a look. There's sheet music provided and again, using Jean's guidelines that sometimes that can help us. It can give us an idea, but it isn't the be all and end all of everything. But on Only Me, instead of redoing the whole entire thing, take the arrangement that's given there and simply
Yes, it's somewhere
make,
up here.
what are you doing, girlfriend?
I'm looking for only me.
Oh, honey, it's after that. It's,
Ah, it's way down here. Sorry.
I don't know, but I think
Just want to try to keep you awake.
I'm seasick.
There we go. Yay.
Okay, so go to the arrangement, would you? The,
Yeah. Okay, I'm on the
okay, out
wrong.
here, keep going.
I know I'm on the wrong one here. This is
Oh,
all
what
the
happened?
sheet music part. Wait a minute. No wonder I'm driving everybody nuts. It's a miracle here. Oh, no. This one. There we go.
Only me. Okay, so
There it is.
there you go. Okay, cool. So what we want you to do is to simply identify the,
That's the corrected one. Yeah.
what did you?
Sorry, I'm on the wrong thing. Well, anyway, you'll find it in your
Okay,
stuff.
so it's on page 5, I believe. Yeah. So
Page 5.
I don't know.
This is the answer one. We don't want the answer one. We want the other one. That's way up here, I think. Anyway, you get the gist that you're supposed to look at. There it is. Yay, I found it.
Okay.
So say again what we should be doing.
Okay, so what we want you to do is to take the page and identify the places that have errors, that it's either in the voicing or the whatever. And then if you have some other thing that you think you would like to put with it, but you don't need to redo the whole thing, but just to identify the mistakes that are in it. Like for instance, in measure 1, we don't need to redo the first chord or the second chord, but the third chord is problematic, isn't it? So figure out and then read. So if you're going to redo it so that it points out those errors and fix those errors. I don't know if I'm saying this very well. So instead of completely redoing the whole arrangement, there are certain places that are problematic. They're it's not that many that are problematic, but figure out what's problematic about it and fix those places.
So we don't need to send anything to you before the next session. We're just going to talk about it.
Well, you can send the fixed places to us.
So we're going to just write it on this sheet. We write in our corrections.
Oh,
Well-
yeah, you can. Or, if
You
you
can.
use finale and I see, oh, there's something wrong with measure 3, then I can just put measure 3 on my finale file,
And if you have another way to voice it that you think, because if there's a problem with that chord, there might be a problem with the chord that follows it, right?
Mhm.
You see what I mean? So maybe if you want to put it on, but I'm saying don't fix all the chords unless it's a problem with the chord. So we're looking for you to identify on this arrangement, what are the places, and we've already found, Jean and I have already found things that is in the thing that we determined were difficulties that were not part of the answer key. We already
Yeah.
found things that
Yeah.
were not explained out there, and you may find some too. It could be a voicing that could be improved. It could be a chord that just needs a revoicing, or it's there's a better choice of a chord, anything like that. I'm just saying, if for instance, there's nothing wrong with the chord, he keeps, then if
Don't
there's not,
change it. Yeah.
yeah, if there's something like that, that it doesn't, but if you think it is wrong, then you would want to fix it. So,
So what you could do, like, let's say, and I'm not giving you the right thing, but let's say, oh, measure 3, there's something wrong with measure 3, but actually measures 1 and 2 are okay. So if you want to, make a whole new finale file and just copy what's there on measures 1 and 2 and fix your measure 3 and keep measure 4 the way it is. If that helps you hear it better, you could do like that instead of just, or you could do down like you said, print a copy, and I'm gonna fix this chord, I'm gonna fix that chord, I'm gonna fix that chord, and fix that chord, and you could send it like that, or you could, cut and paste stuff, and I don't know, whatever's going to be easier for you. If it's more confusing to just say, I'm going to fix measure 3 and 7 and 12, if that's more confusing, then keep the right spots and just copy that, and make the whole,
Mm.
We're just trying to get to where there was like, let's identify what the problems are and try and fix them instead of completely
rearranging
revoicing
the
things
whole
that
song.
need
Yeah.
to be revoiced. I don't know, I'm not saying it very well, but so just identifying problems. And again, what they tell us are problems and what we might come up with to say, maybe this was okay with the people that put this together, but we think there's a better way to do this. but let's not invent a problem like when you wore a tulip. I mean, that wasn't a problem to start with. So we didn't need to you know what I'm saying? We didn't need to kind of revoice that. Go to the places that are obviously, we can see right here, the third chord is a problem, that you just look at it, no, it isn't very right. You have the tenor and the bass on this, the same note, and the lead and the baritone are like, so anyway, there's a problem with that. So see what you do with it. I would say go ahead and put it on a finale file if you have time, and however works best for you. But mostly we're looking to see, these were problems, and if there's a better way to do any of it, why then do that. So we don't have a time set up, but we should do that, don't we think?
Yeah, I don't think we do have another date set up.
Can we, I know Abby's not here, but can we tentatively lock in the next 3?
Yeah, let's do
Yeah,
that.
that'd be good.
Yes. And it might have to change because maybe Abby, who's not here today? Yeah.
Yeah.
Abby.
Yeah, maybe she wouldn't be able
Okay.
to do that. So,
My
So
summer,
we'll-
I have nothing going, so I can be anytime.
Next week?
I can do next week.
I
Oh,
cannot
Abby
do.
probably can't.
I cannot do next week. There you go.
Well, you're no fun.
I can do the 18th. 17th, is that?
Oh, 17th? Yeah.
17th or 18th I can do.
I can't do that weekend.
Oh,
Okay. So the following weekend is when we're doing a memorial service for my mother in Ohio. So I can't do the 24th or 25th because we'll be
Sure.
busy with funeral stuff.
so Jean,
Oh,
are
no,
you
that's,
both
yeah,
the 10th and the 11th?
I'm out of town the 10th and the 11th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
1st, 2nd July?
I'm okay.
I cannot. I have to go to Colorado for a wedding. Oh my gosh. My nephew's getting married on July 3rd on a Sunday. Isn't that the craziest thing? So we'll be traveling.
8th, 9th, 9th, 10th of July?
I
Yeah.
can. I seem to be free all the time.
I could do that.
Yeah, I can do that. I'm pretty sure. Yep.
I can do it too.
Okay.
Am I
Okay, so the
muted?
8th? Or do you want to do a Saturday and a Sunday?
Ooh.
Ooh.
I'm good. I'm good with all
Yeah,
this.
knock over the last 2 songs in one
Because
weekend.
we've got 2 more songs.
Right.
Yeah, we can maybe, yeah, it's fine with me. So we've got Only Me and We'll Dry Your Tears, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
Oh,
So
you
your
want-
Or
Friday-
we do one on the 8th and one on the 9th, or
And
the
do the
9th and
other
10th.
day.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Oh,
so one on your Friday, Saturday night, and our Saturday, Sunday morning.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, I could do that.
Okay. Let's
Fabulous.
try that.
Am
Love
I
it.
muted?
Yep, good.
No. You're not muted.
Oh, okay. So I think I'm a little bit lost as to what we're talking about here. Can somebody fill me in? I'm sorry.
we normally do like just, either a Friday or a Saturday, and then don't do anything till the following month. But because we had to miss that one, she's
Mhm.
suggesting let's do 2 songs for the next assignment, and we'll do like Only Me on Friday, July 8th. And then we'll do, what's the next song after that? Who'll Dry Your Tears on Saturday the 9th. So we would be having 2 sessions, 2 nights in a row, or mornings, or whatever it is. So is that enough?
Okay.
Is that enough to fry your brain? I don't know. It's okay with me.
Arranging weekend.
Yes.
Great.
Arranging
Mm.
weekend. Yeah, just pretend that we just went someplace
Yeah.
and and we had to meet and we're doing it all. I love that idea. That's great.
Okay. And
Okay.
so I know there were everybody's clocks changed times. The time we did today, whatever that was at your place, is that a good time?
Yep. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we'll
Yeah.
do the same time again on the 8th and on the 9th. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what
the
time is it
9th?
there that you guys started?
9 a.m.
9
The
a.m.
9th, the 9th of July could be problematic for me, but I will defer to everyone else and just watch the recording. My husband comes home that day and I may have to go to the airport to get him.
Oh,
May
okay.
conflict
Of
with our
course you would.
class.
That's it.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so when we started today, it was 9 o'clock your time?
Yes, it was
Yep.
9 o'clock Eastern time. Yes. So and that time works
No.
for everybody,
No,
right?
no,
Yeah.
no,
Well, we started today. It
Yeah.
wasn't 9 o'clock Eastern.
no,
It was
no.
9 o'clock
No.
Australian time.
No, it was 7 p.m.
Yeah, 7
Eastern.
p.m.
Yeah, sorry.
So
Thank
what
you,
I'm
Donna.
what I'm asking is that if it was 9 o'clock, is it a possibility that we could do it so for you guys, it would be 8 o'clock in the morning? So
Sure.
it's 4 o'clock my time?
Yeah.
Sure. I'm sluggish on these cold mornings, but sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, my husband comes home from work at 6 o'clock and I start at 5, and that means I'm not gonna see him because he has to, it's not like I don't get to see him all the time, but like right now, it just would help me if we could start at 4. I mean, 6
Start
So
o'clock.
an
you're
hour
putting it
early.
an hour earlier,
Yeah,
Start
An
just-
at-
hour earlier.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
both days.
yeah,
Both
is that,
it's an hour earlier, Judy?
yeah, would that be okay?
Yep.
Yeah, Liz and I'll just roll out of bed just before.
I
Yeah,
did that
just
this morning. I
put on your
I did the
pajamas.
hour earlier anyway.
Oh, there you go. Okay, I know that. Emily
Elizabeth,
will send a
would that
time out
make it
for us.
easier around your getting to the airport or not? That time?
No, I don't know what time my husband's flight is coming in, and with the way the pandemic is and what's
Yeah.
happening in the States right now, I don't even know if his flight is gonna happen,
Yes,
because
it could
flights
get
have been
canceled. Good Lord.
so many
Mm.
flights have been canceled, so, I don't want you all to, to, change anything for me. If I have to, I'll just watch the recording afterwards.
Mm.
All right.
But it would just be the one, so.
Okay,
All right.
Okay, so we're looking at starting it 1 hour earlier than we did today. And we're looking at July
Yes.
8th and 9th. Is that correct?
right.
Yes.
Okay,
And then do we want to set up another one? So we have.
Yes, please.
Oh, shoot. What happened? Oh, there it is. I got that there. Okay. Just a minute. I'm a little bit behind. Sorry. Okay. So then we're going to do one when in, okay.
2 weeks later?
Well, let me look. My July is crazy.
My next weekend is the last weekend of July. The 29th or 30th.
Oh, yes. And you know what? I cannot do the last weekend. We're going to our high school reunion, our 50th high school reunion on
How
that
about
last.
August,
last
August
weekend.
5th or August 6th?
Yeah, that might work. Let me look. Oh, come on now. I just got August 5th, 6th.
Yeah, the 5th and 6th, did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, would that work?
Yes.
That
That's
works for
fine for
me.
me.
Yes.
And
Can we do the same thing again and do 2 back to back?
Oh, I don't know.
Depends
What
on
do
the
you guys-
homework.
Yeah. What
It's
is
a
the ho-
listening exercise. It's watching videos and
Okay,
talking
yeah,
through
but
whether the
next
lines
time
are single.
It's pretty simple, straightforward. We're going to
Okay.
we just
Yeah.
listen to the thing and then you listen and it's
Yeah, that would
so we'll
work.
talk-
Okay, 5th and 6th.
Okay, and we're doing the same time, an hour earlier than what we did today,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. That would be very helpful for me. Thank you. And you know what we'll do with this one, we'll set it up for you next, when we meet again, but we will do, as we did before, we'll do like 2 of these at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we might, because, so,
What do you mean? The listening thing, 2 at a time?
yes, the
you mean?
listening things, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Before we did, we did them like 2 at a time, and,
Right.
so it's, yeah. Anyway, but we'll work on that. What's coming up with the next thing there? I've got to, yeah, okay. Okay, so we got those dates set up. That's good. August 5th and 6th.
Yep.
6 p.m. then,
Good.
Okay.
Would you like me to send through an email just after this to the whole
I-
group just to confirm and make sure Abby's got it?
I
Yeah.
knew you were going to do that, Emily. Thank you.
That's a great idea. Yes.
I also,
I was looking
I
at it
bet-
earlier and I saw you'd done that and I went, oh, I hope Emily does that again. So that's great.
I think Abby did that last time, so I thought in her absence. I would-
Oh,
Um,
did you do it?
yeah.
I can remember.
And
Okay.
and just following on from the conversation way back about lyrics, Liz, I've just found a really good website that talks about the lyric issue, and they call
Yeah.
it what do they call it? The Sibyllific conundrum.
Oh,
think
my
you'd like
gosh.
it.
You're
I
gonna
like
send
that.
send that in the email. I can't even
Yeah,
spell
well.
that.
Oh,
Oh,
dear.
yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Great. Well, listen, I'm very pleased with how well you are doing with your arranging.
Oh, you're
It's
doing beautiful.
it's
Yeah.
a lot of stuff to absorb, so appreciate you hanging in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we
We
appreciate. you
appreciate all
so
your
much.
teaching us. It's wonderful.
Yes,
Yeah.
Well,
yes, thank you
It's
so
our joy.
much.
believe me. So we're good. We're good for, that's very exciting to have our whole weekend. Well, I'll just want to bring my
Yeah.
pajamas, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, there we go. That's
Knowing you guys are just getting out of bed, I think I'll just wear pajamas too.
Then I'll be all ready for bed when we're done. There you go.
There you go. All right, sounds good.
All
And thank you
righty.
for sending out those times again, and we'll hope that they're gonna work for Abby, so.
Yes, I hope so.
Hi,
Yeah,
Abby.
Yeah, Abby, we
I
missed
know you're
you.
watching out there. Bye.
Jean, may I ask you a finale question? And hopefully it'll be
Absolutely.
really fast. Is there a
Yes.
way to highlight a chord in finale? Like, is if you would just like put a highlighter across a chord?
Oh, wow. Just for one chord?
Yes.
Can you maybe you
so-
can make it another color? Can you just change
So-
the color?
Yeah,
Wait.
so what I have in mind is when we do our sheets, say
Yeah.
if I just type in the whole document, okay, just
Uh-huh.
the way it is,
Mhm.
and then anything that I fix, I highlight.
Ah, okay.
Is there a
Well,
way
there-
to do that?
I will
That's a
have
good
to,
idea.
I will have to research that in Finale, but I have an app called Fourscore. Are you familiar with that? It's
Four
called
Yeah.
score.
You've talked
Fourscore.
about it.
In fact, I think it's FOUR score. And what you can highlight it in there once you make your finale thing and then you change it to a PDF and you could put it in Fourscore and then
Yeah.
highlight. I'll try
Highlight.
and
Right.
highlight it and save it that way and send it. So
Yeah.
I
Right,
will
but-
look
but
into
then it-
that. Yeah. Go
But then
ahead.
it wouldn't pull up within finale with the highlights.
That is true. Yeah. So
Yeah, and-
let me figure out. Let me do some research on that because
Okay.
maybe we could like even circle it or instead of highlight or
Well,
put a
whatever we
little
can do.
asterisk or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Put a
whatever we
text.
can
I just
do to-
had a look at the user forums, and apparently this has come up before as a user request, and Finale's looking into adding it to one of the future versions, but there's
Oh.
no highlighter function at the moment.
Yeah.
Here's
yeah.
a finale
Okay.
forum coming up, isn't there? Has anybody ever done those?
Oh no, I have not. I saw that.
I
there's
just
one
saw that
coming up.
they came in and they said who the speakers or whatever, and I thought, I wonder if it's anything useful for us. No,
Yeah. Yeah. Who knows? Yeah.
Emily, you're so quick with your Googling.
Yes. Yes. So I'll look into that, Elizabeth, and even if we can't highlight it, there's probably another way we can come up with doing
Mm.
that. Okay.
Well, that might be helpful to you and
Yeah.
Judy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would
to
be.
to identify where we've made a change.
Yeah,
right,
because
right.
sometimes, because even though, I mean, we're always a work in progress, but I'm like, I'm pointing at the screen and Jean doesn't see that.
Where are you? Where are you?
Yeah.
Tell me, He
And
talks
I'm
90
pointing there,
miles
she's
an
going,
hour.
"Where
And
are
I'm
you?"
like,
going, I'm
"Hey,
pointing
wait."
right there. Can't you see?
Yeah.
All right, you guys, thanks very much.
Yeah. All righty.
Take
Have a
care,
good
buddy.
rest of the
Good night,
weekend.
everybody.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Good night, everybody. Stay healthy.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, you too. Bye-bye.
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 Bye-bye. Oh, let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, I lost our picture. There it is. Okay. Thank you so much, Jean.
Oh, you're quite welcome. We'll see you. Have a good weekend.
Thank
Bye.
you, you too.
Bye-bye.